Howdy, folks. Welcome to Courts of Everest, our original D&D campaign. I am Joe Treff, your DM this evening and most, and joining me are my friends Matt, Vincent, Tina, Kara, Hannah, and Alana. We are going to play some D&D tonight, but before we do, a couple of quick announcements. First of all, we played Mosaic Team 5 last night. That is our original Starfinder campaign. There was a little bit of urban exploration. There was a little bit of blood rituals. There was a couch. And so to see what all of that means, you can go and check that out on YouTube at noon. It was one of the best uses of a couch I've ever seen in a TTRPG. YouTube at Alberon RPG. That is at noon on Sunday, followed by this at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Also, I wanted to say thanks to Dan because he's been printing us tons of terrain, and so it's really been a fantastic ability for us to like make a lot of battle maps, and then you can see those battle maps on Instagram at Alberon RPG. We also have a website, alberonrpg.com, and then finally, for the what is called intriguing banquet music that you can hear behind you, along with other things like lightning bolt sound effects, like unlimited power, like a crowd that's cheering for you, all different things, Sirenscape, a digital tool set for your life. And with that,
we just did the lamest wave ever.
I'm going to bring us into our recap. Okay. Is that really my health? I feel so low. Wandering Hearts. Last we played, you looted the body of the fallen fire giant. Oh, wait, where am I here? Yeah, the fallen fire giant woman, finding a huge signet ring that was actually a magical shield that Valis now wields, named Emberguard. You briefly rested, badly wounded, and lacking for spells after fighting a pair of fire giants, and then pressed into the lava tunnels, following Authorian Sember, your fire genasi ranger companion, to track a small pink lizard to a chamber of lava. There, you found a single egg. This egg tucked into a volcanic fissure where it seemed to be incubating. Ori crept in and nearly made it to the egg, almost flawlessly sneaking in to capture this, before Cheshire used Levitate to float the egg up, attracting the attention of this adult Rahir above, which dropped down heavily, seizing the egg in the process. Ori, you moved to the back of the volcanic fissure and used the cover of Steam and teammates to pummel the creature with massive damage. Cheshire cast Slow, which massively handicapped the creature, allowing the party to force it to drop its egg. Valis, you were grappled, but when it was slowed, you were able to wrest the egg from its arms and phase step away. Billy and Alina tanked the creature, with Billy taking a massive share of the damage. Mika kept the party alive, primarily Billy, with Chalice form, and used Guiding Bolt to confer important advantage for Alina, who landed the killing blows with dual Eldritch Blasts, melting the creature's eyes.
How about that?
And as the blood in your ears pumps less and less, and the sound of the creature's last gasps echo against the soft, burbling magma, that is where we begin this evening.
I'll go back and see if the egg is where I left it.
Okay, give me one
Secure
second.
the egg.
Secure the egg.
Secure the egg.
In the meantime, Alina holds out her hand to Ori, gesturing for the bag of holding back.
Toss it.
Thank you. I make little to-do lists after the end of every session. The only thing on last week's list was make sure you get the bag of holding back.
Hey,
That's a good idea. I feel like there's always stuff I forget to do at the beginning of a session.
Mm-hmm.
Same. I'm like supposed to be running stuff. Awful. So at this moment, give me 1 second to put some volcanic lava up here. Thank you, Sirenscape Digital Toolset. Billy, you are using your dagger to carve elements of this Rahir away, I believe. Teeth. Go ahead and make a survival check as you do so. I believe, Valis, you have the egg in your possession. As you go and check, it is exactly where you left it. It still seems quite warm to the touch.
20. I'm like, whatever is like useful, basically.
Yeah, no worries. So you go over to the face of this creature.
Dirty 20.
And you can see the pink scales almost beginning to lose their lustrous sheen. But as you pull the lips back and look at the teeth themselves are almost like gemstones. They hold this dark, almost magenta kind of hue within and kind of transitions out to near clear near the edges. But you can harvest a number of these. They certainly look valuable. Whether or not they have other uses, you don't really know. Excuse me. You imagine the hide would also probably be useful. You saw it nesting within magma, and so it certainly has fire-resistant properties at a minimum. It would take you a while to harvest any meaningful amount of hide. And so how long do you want to spend doing that?
Does anyone need to rest at all? Are we all good?
I'm okay.
We need to plan our next move, though, right?
Probably gonna take the teeth then. And like, if people don't seem to be going anywhere, then she'll start in on the hide.
Yeah, no worries. You begin to carve away at elements around the neck and skin along the edge of the backbone. With that 20, you have a pretty good idea. I mean, you've never dressed a behir before, but it can't be that much different than like a deer.
Can I help her once I notice what she's doing?
Yeah, no problem. And that definitely reduces the time. And you guys have done things like this before. For the rest of you, you watch as Alina and Billy set about very skillfully taking apart this animal. What are the rest of you doing?
Do we need to keep the egg warm?
It's a good question.
Thorian kind of nods and says, yes, anything that we can do to keep this warm will be helpful, but it should be okay for at least a few days without a direct heat source.
Oh, okay. Well,
What are you going to do with it?
I'm gonna hatch it.
Well, yeah, but... Are you going to take it with you, or...
That's what he said.
No, but like to where? Where are
It's a
you?
bit big.
We're in the middle of
Sort of like your imp feller. I don't remember his name, but I want a companion.
Rose. No, no, I know. I guess I just like where are you? Like, where's your home? Where are you gonna raise it?
I've been home in a lot of places, but I travel, and this will help me with that.
The egg's a little bit big. How do you plan to transport it? Do you have some way to?
I have a way of moving it.
Okay.
I will help all of you get to where you need to be. You've helped me.
very good.
So hand the egg over.
Takes it, and it for you is pretty easy to hold. For him, he takes it, assuming that it will be easy, and it's harder for him to hold. But you watch as he takes this like really rugged-looking backpack off and kind of shoves it over, and opens it up. And at first, it stretches open, and you're like, "Oh, it's like a bag of holding." It just has like a really big cinch around the end, and it's definitely like designed to hold one of these eggs. And it pulls up around, and he just pulls it tight and slings it back over his back, almost falling, but has it.
Hilarious. Do you want us to like put it in our bag of holding for you?
No, I can do this.
Just remember to use both straps.
It's like really shrug his arm.
Okay, because this bag, it's so light.
Now
That's
he's
how light it is.
Sure. Back
No,
holding.
He's got an egg on his
I'm
back.
fine.
You
Thank
can
you.
also like tie in the center.
Anyways, you all look like you need some rest.
I'm fine.
I'm doing okay. It's up to you guys. I know
Really,
you
last
guys
time-
hit it really hard.
The last time we did a really good job in a battle, which like obviously we did, and we just kept
He
going.
looked at you sort of in that particular moment.
Billy also has like second-degree burns all over her body.
I feel like maybe if we have an opportunity to rest, we should. Because the last time we just pushed forward, we almost died a lot.
Sure. Are we resting
True.
for
Going to
an
fire.
hour, or should we make camp?
Well,
We long rested like 10 minutes ago.
No,
Maybe
it was
just-
an hour and 10 minutes ago.
All right. So.
Maybe
We just
like,
need some
before-
time to tend to our wounds.
Yeah.
All right.
I guess I can try to help with the.
I mean, it just kind of takes her like scythe and kind of waves it at the right here.
Whoa, whoa.
Alina will like pass her maybe like a bit that's like more manageable, like the way that
Alina
you're
just
like
unplugs her like a controller from the N64.
exactly, yeah.
Brother, yeah,
Or like you let a little kid crack the eggs into the bowl and like, but they get their own bowl because otherwise it's
yeah, exactly. No problem.
That's what we do.
How much time
give
do
you a
need
toe.
to harvest the skin off of that?
With that survival check and with two people helping you, to get probably a couple bolts of this material, which is, I mean, unpleasant to kind of loft around. You could probably do it in like 20 minutes.
Hell yeah.
You're not getting like the entirety of its hide, but you could probably make a couple things with this.
But for the inventory list, what am I putting down?
You could put down 3 bolts of Rahir hide. Yeah.
How many teeth?
Should we like salted or something?
Should we just roll a...
We got it.
Probably.
Is it gonna be? Or
It had 6 teeth.
tan it?
It's gonna
Do we know? Do we know whether it needs to be like salted or whatever?
Would I know?
I would say that the two of you certainly know that it needs to be processed. It needs to have like the fat trimmed away from it. There's a layer on the top that you also need to kind of skin away. Then it needs to be like tanned, and there's a process.
But it's not gonna like go bad if we're hauling it around.
Depends on how long.
Right, exactly.
Would it
But
help to
no,
rinse
not
it in?
immediately.
Would it help to rinse it in seawater?
Yes.
I
Noted.
would I know that?
Probably not.
Okay.
I would probably know that though.
I mean, I used
We would know that it needs to, like, salt
Yeah,
water is
alright,
helpful.
The two of
we know
you
what-
know
we've been in the ocean.
probably more about doing this particular process than anybody else.
Oh, do you need some salt water?
Yeah, that would help, but it can wait.
Okay.
Are you?
I could
holding on
make
to the
some if you
teeth,
want.
Or are you putting them in the
I can make some water.
Aren't we
And then we
losing
can put
Assuming the
salt.
teeth are
direction a bit here with all of this? We've got more important things to deal with, apparently.
I think
that why
what
we're
you
here?
need to be dealing with right now is stitching up those wounds, my guy.
I am fine.
You could
Is
see how
Ori-
Thorian was about
Can I
to
do a
pull out.
medicine check to
Yeah,
find
go
out
for
what
it.
he's
Was about to like pull
I'm
out
also
this
gonna,
health
like-
potion, but then he just kind of is like, oh, and just kind of tucks it back in
Just
his bag.
analyze Ori.
I think that's a 17.
17.
What if I try roll?
Ori, I think if I remember correctly, what, you have 11 hit points?
I think I'm back at full because I got healed.
Did you get?
Oh,
hit?
right. You did burst healing at the end?
I only healed Kara at the end.
Who healed you?
Did you get hit?
I don't think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
By what?
No, I don't think I got hit.
I think
'cause
it was
hidden
just
the whole
Kara.
time.
It was just me.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just hiding the whole
Oh,
time.
actually, hang on. I could just look.
That's why I literally have full health right now.
Why did you say that you weren't at full health?
I never said that.
You did. You opened your thing and it was like, why is this my
No,
health?
I meant like my max health is just super low.
Oh,
Okay, in that case, okay, Alina would not have said that if Hannah had understood Matt's.
Do you have 5 hit points?
No. That was Echo.
Oh, okay.
But you are pretty hurt right now, right?
Crispy.
I am
resting
close
right
to
now,
5.
Billy?
Crispy. Yeah.
Billy is very crispy.
But no worries. So, I mean, Thorian kind of looking around, and as Ori is kind of like, oh, I'm fine, and Billy is sitting there not tending to their wounds, but cutting away elements of this animal.
Worth it.
Thorian's going to just say, I mean, we can move on if you want to.
That's
We should take a rest and dress our wounds. And with that, Billy, shouldn't you be resting?
Fine.
But you often say that we don't have time.
Yeah, that's so we don't have time to rest, but we do have time for this.
I'm going to go keep an eye on the entrance. And Thorian kind of goes over and.
I'm gonna go with him.
Okay.
You healed Billy, right? Like, so it's not like.
not a ton,
I mean, okay.
but she
And then
got
she got
some
down, and
healing.
then she got down again.
No, after that.
No,
at
no,
the
like
end.
the-
I got
after
a
the
bit
stream ended,
afterwards,
yeah.
and I have some health.
I'm gonna just start taking a short rest.
Okay. No problem.
I'm gonna investigate the rock I found.
Yeah. Make a nature check. This is which rock?
The garnet that seemed magical.
Gotcha.
I haven't
Make an
actually taken a
Make an
very
Arcana check on it.
good look at it. Ooh, this is gonna be real good. Ooh,
Yes. 6.
Well, it seems like it might be magical, but also as you stand in this room where lava is like dripping down the walls and pooling at your feet, there is not like a luminance to the room, but a dull glow that kind of refracts in weird ways, and you can't tell maybe if you were just mistaken and it's glowing off the lava. hard to tell.
Still nice.
Yeah.
What's Cheshire doing?
But like most things, like most gems, really seeing it under sunlight is the best way to tell.
You see her kind of like scanning around the room, but then seeing Valis settle in for a rest, she kind of plops down, legs hanging off the edge of the little cliff, and she starts playing the pipes. It's a song of rest if anybody is using.
Hit that. Very nice.
It's an extra
Nice
D6.
song, Cheshire.
It's actually kind of haunting.
It gets, as Valis says, it's a nice song. It gets more.
Cheshire did not like that.
Make it the malicious remix.
But like slow and reverb.
It's like, oh, it echoes really weird in here.
So, this haunting melody begins to drift
An
out.
extra D6 if you use hit die.
And here in this area where there are lava tubes that kind of echo out and move around and carry the sound in strange ways, this haunting melody carries. And you hear it in places kind of reverberate and almost curve back and like a little bit of a delay. And so it's especially eerie here. And especially audible, for what it's worth.
Ooh, thought.
How far? Because I've walked away with authority.
And he's just going, so you remember that like cave? He's just going just beyond the entrance to that rock that's maybe like 15 feet beyond.
So we can
And
definitely
he's,
still hear.
oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, I had a thought. What if we pretend we're ghosts and then we haunt the fire giants out?
I'm gonna go back.
Okay.
Hearing all of this.
Mary, are fire giants susceptible to ghosts? And
Are you all fucking idiots? You're going to get them all brought right to us.
I play louder.
Maybe
Oh boy.
If they kill you, then you can't bother Ori anymore.
They'll kill him first. It's fine.
Well, I was thinking
I'm storming off, and I am going away,
storm off again.
like towards Athorian,
Okay.
to get somewhere to hide because they're probably gonna start coming.
Okay.
If there's creepy music playing.
So you walk over to Athorian and he turns around and he says, so we're going to Big House then?
I don't think that's the smartest idea.
I was going to say anything, but I think there's probably better strategies we could take.
Yeah, like not making a ton of noise.
I was going to say maybe making almost no noise.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that we're on the same page at least.
If you look back, Minka's just kind of going, woo.
Can I maybe like do some sort of insight check to see if I can figure out what will get Cheshire on board with not getting all of us killed? Some sort of insight check.
I would say, yeah, I guess.
I mean, it almost worked in the boat.
It's a
And
12.
that was one.
A 12? I mean, that's tough. You've already taken the angle that, like, you know, if you get killed, you can't torture Ori anymore. And that doesn't seem to be especially reinforcing.
Weird too. You would think.
Yeah. Well, maybe. I mean, thinking about that, there is patterns to how Cheshire behaves. And it seems like, yes, antagonizing Ori is a thing that Cheshire enjoys, but maybe that's not the central drive to that activity. You have no idea what that might be, but you get a sense that probably the reason that it's not working is because that's not really the drive.
All right. Well, are we done with our
How long has it been?
carving at this point?
So as you finish the last of those bolts of the cloth, you can mark off a short rest for those of you who are taking one. Are you doing anything? Make a perception check, actually, as you're paying attention with the Thorian.
Do we get one? Because
No.
I was gonna say.
We've been working the whole time. My mistake. I thought we were doing that in that rest day.
I mean, you can.
No.
21.
Okay.
Music stops rather abruptly, too.
Right at an hour. Perfect mark.
Is
record
it like a
scratch.
record scratch?
Yeah, exactly.
You might be wondering how I got here.
You listen and you hear this like haunting melody of pipes. You don't hear any like footsteps or anything like that. And as far as you can tell, Ori, nothing notices you or passes by. You haven't seen any of these lizards or anything like that. Again, it seems like it's mostly just you guys in here, at least for now.
You ready for sneaking again?
So, just to confirm, the plan is that we're gonna try to sneak into the city, find the leader, kill the leader, and
Kill
then
the
we are
leader.
the leader.
Be the leader and convince them with that leverage to leave the city.
Ori. You okay, bud?
I don't think I have the second one.
Do you want the honest answer, or do you want me to just keep going? Let's keep going.
I want the honest answer, Ori.
You don't, really.
Ori still grumpy.
To use a phrase, going snuck.
So
All right, Ori, then.
go ahead and
When
make
you're
a stealth check for those of you who want to stealth.
Do we want to, you know,
Well, how long does it last? Because it might take us a while.
an hour?
Why don't we hold off on that until we get a little bit closer to a place where we might need it? We know where we're going now.
Okay.
So,
We have that
look
gate
at
to get
this
through.
map that Sorry drew for us. It looks like the sign says the sign points us to the market. So at the market, we'll take a left into the inner city, and
We just came from the pits, right?
no, we're like here.
We're
We're
off
like
the map.
over here right now
okay.
in the Rahir Den. So I think we need to go this way.
Gotcha. Back over to where the gate was.
Yeah.
Right, because there was the split that went to the market.
Yeah.
Or,
So Thorian begins to walk back in that direction.
I'm gonna go as well.
I'm thinking about this. The most straightforward approach. There's no other way into the market or the city, right? That we're aware of.
You were drawn a very, very simple map. That map that is right there.
We don't know much.
Can we show our friends on the stream what this very rudimentary
Yeah.
map looks like?
Yeah.
Just like that.
There might be,
The extreme close up.
Enhance. There we go. Okay. So rudimentary.
I mean, there might be like a lava tube system we could use, but that's really unpredictable. And with all the potential activity, either from, what was it, the forge on the top, or maybe seismic activity, we're not really sure. Maybe not the tubes, in case it's, they crack open and become.
While everyone plans, Belly begins casting comprehend languages ritually.
Okay.
Does anyone have any other ideas besides?
Billy's ritual casting looks like chopping Barbie in.
Everybody stops walking so that Billy can start just chopping Barbie hands. No problem.
Ori, I know you haven't been happy with how things are going so far, but do you have any other ideas besides walking through the front gate?
Well, I would have said we should try to continue finding the one-eared giant, but we've already killed 2 of them, and now it seems like we are dead set on trying to kill their leader, which I am going to go on the record as saying that I think that is fucking stupid and we will all die, given our current track record with the 2, who we do not know the relative level of power of their leader. So, no. Unless we can find this one-eared giant, I do not have any other ideas.
Well, we can look
Maybe
out for him on the way.
leave this place altogether.
For the record, I pitched leaving, and nobody wanted to.
For the record, I'm on board with leaving now.
Okay, thanks.
He kind of tucks the bag up on his shoulder a little bit.
Well, failure here means we don't get. Well, we don't help Basari at all. We don't help the Genasi at all. But also, we don't get the thing, the prayer beads. So that's what's on the table. If we're okay with leaving that behind, then we can leave. But that's what's on the table.
If we leave, it would piss them off.
I've got no real say in this either way, but for what it's worth, I wouldn't want to piss off an Archfey.
Yeah. He's already so mean. Alright, well, if we're going, let's go.
At about this point, you guys finish your casting of the ritual comprehend languages. You comprehend all languages now. As part of that, you guys can now continue moving. It's only like another 50 or so feet to then hook around to the left and get to that portcullis. So now that Billy has this language up, no problem. You reach this portcullis of horizontal and vertical strips of iron, each one about 3 to 4 inches across and then riveted into place together. The spaces between, like a watermelon could pass through, Rez can fit through. You all cannot.
Oh, sorry.
No, please.
So, has he passed through this particular? Rez,
Yeah.
can you squeeze through this and look around and see if there's any levers or anything?
Yeah, I mean, I did, but I can look again.
Yeah, just triple check.
I have an idea.
Yes.
The bag of holding. Can people go into that?
I read in an ancient tome once that it's not a good idea.
Why?
Do you want to try it?
So.
Well, here's the idea. What if we just each got into it one at a time and open the bag on the other side, let them out, and just kind of...
I don't think that a person can survive inside it. I think it's kind of akin to the vacuum of space.
The vacuum of space or no air? Because can a person survive long enough by holding their breath?
Does Alina know?
Make an Arcana check.
Disembodied voice.
Can I also make an Arcana check? I am
You
proficient
can
in
go
Arcana.
first.
Yes.
17.
Yeah, I would say 17. With the 17, while you're not
19.
you haven't specifically used this item a whole lot, but you have put perishable items in and they come out not freeze dried, and so it's not like the vacuum of space. And Valis, you know that something going in probably is coming out in relatively the same state. Now, if you're going in, you probably are going in with as much oxygen as you have, and that's it. There's probably not sitting oxygen in there.
I don't need to breathe.
So it's
Can
really
the
about
bag
time.
even fit through the...
Yeah.
You don't need to breathe.
Not all the time, no.
Maybe we can test it. I can volunteer. It's my idea. I can volunteer to go into the bag.
What's... I mean, the only other...
The other idea involves a bunch of spells.
Make a perception check with Rez.
One
while
big
this is happening.
There's like a fingernail
One big
and skin in there.
I'm not paying attention to any of
Ignore
this.
the
There's a lot of stuff in there.
And keeping an eye out for
Okay.
giants.
Perception. That's 14.
Okay. With a 14, which an entire 7 above what Rez rolled last time, he looks up and he can see there is a bent wire with a small piece of glowing garnet attached. The glow in it is so low that it's barely dim at all. Rez just goes, that wasn't there before, but there's a little piece of rock that's like the one that Minka's got.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, I also have one.
Yeah, like that.
Wait, does ours match?
Is this like a Captain Planet?
You get them close together and they just
yours wasn't
very,
there.
very similar. They're each raw, unshaped amethyst or not. Yeah, garnet. Sorry, they're garnet, little bits of garnet. And they're not and so because of that, they're not identical, but they're relatively similar size, similar weight, similar kind of glow.
Hey, Rez.
Yeah,
Can you come here?
I'm right here.
Oh. Hey, so can you take this stone and touch the other stone with it and also say the words Wanderstone as you do it?
I mean, I'm not a child, but yeah, give me the stone. And he just pulls out his little hands and it just gets plucked up and you see invisible floating in the air, this little rock.
Thanks, Rez.
And he goes up, and as he gets close, without even saying these words, you see the glow brighter, and this door just up into the ceiling. And Rez just goes, oh. You see this little stone jerk away for just a second, but you can all move through.
Great work, bud.
Thanks.
Grab the stone back.
It just flies up and lands in your hand.
Thank you.
Excellent. Okay. I'm gonna, as we go through, Minka's gonna try to keep track of the lava tunnel she can see to see if she can kind of like figure out if there is some sort of like there's no real cohesion to it, but like
Make a survival check at advantage.
just kind of.
To have
Oh, natural 20 for a total of 27.
this was not how I also wanted this to go.
As you walk, Minka, you are beginning to look up and down, and you can see there are stalactites and stalagmites here. And for the very first time, that means that at some point there has been moisture and sediment, though arid and dry now. This is a little bit different than places that you have been, and that's really helpful because you can track a lot of things this way. You can see based on the way that the sort of, not quite limestone, but the eaten away elements of wall have eroded, that you are, though you don't really feel it, slowly rising in elevation. And so you have a pretty good idea that you are heading down like a central kind of corridor, and the lava tunnels, though they still exist on the sides of the walls, they're getting shallower and shallower from the way that the air is moving and the way that the sound is bouncing. You can tell they're just little alcoves now. And all at once, as you're walking, the walls are beginning to become smooth. There's little bits of debris and pebble that cover it, and like a slight bit of grading. And you can realize with that natural 20, actually, these pebbles are staying in place because there are ever so slightly little lines that have been dug into the floor to allow there to be a little bit more grip for people walking, and you are certainly walking uphill. It's uneven, it's a little bit unpredictable around the ceiling, but you are moving down now what is almost certainly like carved tunnels and not caverns that are from natural lava. And then you see elements of stone that are entirely unnatural. Little bits of brick and masonry along the wall, things that were once buildings, now just ruins. And then here and there, as the walls begin to open up little bits, you are passing complete charred wreckages of buildings. And before too long, you are now walking through what is essentially the ruins of a city. Here, the cavern wall rises up and up and up to maybe like 60 feet at its highest point. It's pretty uneven, and the stalactites come down, and like there are places where they almost touch the ground. You can also see just jutting bits of black stone that come out from that where the volcanic rock still shows. Everybody go ahead and make a perception check.
Rest too?
Yeah, or you can make yours at advantage.
When you say we're in the ruins of an abandoned city, does that mean this market area here?
You would imagine so.
Okay.
All right, Rez gets a natural 1,
Oh, buddy.
but Alina gets a dirty 20.
Hey,
Nice. I got 22.
17.
27.
25.
so the rest of you guys
14.
are kind of wandering around looking in the dark. Alina, Ori, and Arthurian. And Cheshire, what'd you get?
21.
21. So the three of you, not Cheshire, Arthurian, Ori, and Alina, the three of you kind of go up a little bit higher in elements of broken masonry while everybody else looks around, and you guys can see there are like very identifiable buildings. You can see a place where there is like a charred remain of what was probably a carriage attached to elements of like a skeletal lump of like leather and fur at this point, really.
The goats again? Are we in the
Seems to be a similar kind of animal.
The goats.
It's not a goat, for what it's worth. I would say, Ori, you probably, now that you can see like the actual hide for this is something called an onkonk. It's like a mountain goat that lives in the interior of like stony spaces. They are native. They're native to a couple different places.
An onk-onk?
Yes. They're like mountain goats. They have, instead of like straight or curly, it's almost like dreads that form. Like, you know those dogs that look like mops? It's like a mountain goat, but like that. They were in campaign 1.
I should have known why Tina was nodding knowingly.
Do they make...
There's a yes, they do. There's a very large amount of gold put into giving one a perm in campaign 1.
great marketing campaign?
25 gold pieces. Well, So, you can see that you are now in like very much a part of a city that's ruined. And Ori, you swear, you and Athorian both kind of crane your neck. And Alina, you can't hear what they're listening to, but you and Athorian make eye contact, and at the same time, you know that you're hearing voices. And they're low, rumbling voices like thunder that moves through the masonry rather than the air. And they're a little bit off. You don't see them, but they're nearby.
There are multiple giants very close by.
Should we hide?
How do you know?
I can hear them.
Now that it's been pointed out, can Billy hear them?
You all take a little bit of time listening, and then you just hear very out loud, Fint, Fint. And then you hear like and then you hear probably about 200-300 feet away, these big like, and then you see this little bit of like a pillar just collapse in the distance.
Does Billy understand what vint means?
How long does comprehend languages last for?
1 hour?
Fine.
They're grumpy too.
Find or find?
Fine. It sounded like two individuals who were ending a conversation very tersely.
I look around for a place to hide. I know in the markets, I don't know if it's like an open type market or if there are like shops that we could. They're in shops there still.
They're very clearly, and actually, very interestingly, now that you start to look around, you can see the streets very clearly. They've been swept. There's no debris in those streets. It piles up in areas around where the walls once stood. And so there has been care to kind of clear these spaces, and you can hide amongst the ruins, but the streets are very visible.
Are we in the street?
At the moment.
We should go hide in the room.
We in the streets.
You guys kind of like pull off into the closest building if you want. The remains of at one point what was maybe an inn. You can see a counter, stairs that go up, although there is no second floor. There is enough ruins in which you could feel relatively hidden, as long as nobody is directly like pulling through wreckage to look for you in particular. And you don't hear those footsteps anymore, so it seems like maybe they were traveling away.
Okay. Well,
For now.
there are no more lava tubes. As we've been going up, they've been getting shallower, and now it's all just constructed material.
Well,
So-
that's because now we're in the main city.
I know, but
I don't think
I'm
we're in the main city. I think we're just still in the market here.
but what I'm saying is that as far as alternative fruits go,
Right.
it seems like the lava tubes are not going to be an option.
Alina,
Yeah.
could you do your thing with Rez and try to get a bird's eye view of the city we're in to see if you can find how to get to the inner city?
Yeah, sure. Raz, you up for that?
Yeah, always.
Okay.
So Rez begins to kind of fly off. And you want him to get kind of like a bird's eye view?
Yeah, like maybe are you thinking that you want to get more information that we can use to flesh out like what we already know from the shape of things?
Well, we're here, and I'm assuming it's not just a straight line to here, so...
Almost immediately, as you have like entered into here, this shape, clearly like a rough idea as to what this individual remembers. And again, they were like forced to leave when they were a child. And so this is, when I say rudimentary, like as basic as you can get. The shape probably not exactly like that. And you can see, though there is those two like straight or three straight connecting paths, it's probably not just like one road. That is symbolic of these districts being connected.
Yeah.
You can see like there are many different ways that connect this area, and looking ahead you might be able to see it kind of descends a little bit and then like more ruins sprawl out. There is a place though, and as you are now looking and really taking the time, we're at bottlenecks, like these multiple roads. If you've ever been to San Francisco, kind of go downhill really steeply and then reach like a plateau and then downhill really steeply, and then they sweep out into what is like a lower level of the city. There is a place where it bottlenecks a little bit, and that is where you can see like the smoke rising up from where that pillar fell, and you can certainly see now the fiery red hair of a fire giant just peeking out over the edge of like a tall ruin of a wall.
I'm
Rez
doing
flying
my,
like up and up and up is able to see now over top. They are sitting in what looks like a for all the world almost like a hot tub in the dark. It's like a big stone cauldron kind of thing, big enough that they can fit in, although they are holding what looks like a massive hammer and are certainly like looking around. You see again there's like a and more stones fall, and their whole head just sweeps. The long hair goes out, and these burning red eyes gaze into the darkness, and Rez kind of follows that look, and there's another fire giant maybe 50 feet off who is just lifting huge elements of stone and like looking under them, and then very carelessly, and you can see a boulder probably about like a ton and a half just in the distance. And Billy, you can hear over that the sound of one of these giants just saying, "Quiet!" And that just echoes in the dark here.
So Alina is describing all of this, and then she's like,
I think they're looking for us. Maybe they're.
Right, because we killed 2 of their cow
Yeah, I
rats.
know. No, I can't hear that. if Ori's given lip, just I know.
Well, if it's worth anything, this cavern is both natural and carved, so there might be weak points we could take advantage of. But I don't know for sure without actually looking at the rock.
Alina's gonna just come back at this point and be like, "Good job, Rez. Can you just stay where you are and just let us know if they come our way?"
Yeah.
How many were there?
2. Oh, how many ears did they have between them?
Rez just goes, hang on. I guess stealth check for Rez is going to get closer to count the ears.
Advantage because he's invisible?
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, yeah. That's good stuff right there.
24.
I thought he was
Just like,
With the
And
24, Rez gets a little bit closer, and you can hear as this individual yells out, "Quiet!" And it echoes. Rez takes the time to flap in really close. Looking at this individual, 1, 2 ears. Gets back out. The stones fall down, and you can hear again, "Quiet, quiet." And he uses those echoes to go down and look at this other individual. They have a huge sword, similar to the individual that you had fought on the beach. Similar kind of garb, and so probably a warrior like them. The other one, slightly different. The hammer seemed to be a little bit more heft to it than the other weapons. But 2 ears.
okay. Alina's gonna be like, "Neither of them is our guy."
Is there a way, when you were looking, like, are there enough ruins for us to sneak through the bottleneck?
Are there enough ruins for us to sneak through the bottleneck?
From what you saw, of course. You would just need to not be spotted by the 2 fire giants that occupy a roughly 120-foot wide bottleneck that stretches about 60 feet long.
But is there ruins in that bottleneck, or is it like clear space in the bottleneck?
Would a visual perspective be helpful?
Ah, you know it.
I'm assuming this is a big one.
Probably.
It sounds like
Fair assumption.
Is it a giant-sized one?
No.
He's gonna come out, it's gonna be like a tiny little. Oh no. That's right, we want it to be big.
Joe.
It's almost like we made our bed and now we have to lie in it or something. Wild.
Crazy how that works.
Speaking of which, we finally built our bed.
You made your bed and you got to lie in it.
We're in on the edge that you're emerging into, if you choose to. He's not that close. So that you have
You just
that.
hanging, you know.
And the other fire giant fell down in transit, but he's up. He's standing.
Buddy.
He's walking around.
He looks pretty dead to me.
Yeah, he's definitely dead.
So I chose to reuse the first fire giant that you fought on the beach for the same kind of type because I did not paint any of my other 3 fire giants that are all just undercoated right now. I know.
Unimmersed.
I know. Sorry about that.
That one's dead.
But if you could just slide that a little bit closer to the other end of the table to get it kind of captured on there. This is roughly what you can see. And so just, you would be emerging from the edge that Athorian is on. The board does extend out about 10 feet further from like where the map depicts on the side. Hang on, I have tools. We have technology.
Oh, right, we have a.
technology.
So you are all entering from that edge. This extends out about 10 feet further this way and about 10 feet further that way. About 20 feet beyond here, it begins to open up further. And so you can, like, once you get beyond there, you can probably, even if you get caught, kind of lose yourself in the ruins, assuming that they can't keep up with you.
So this is the goal.
What?
This is the goal line.
Appears
Yes.
to be the goal. Yeah.
Oh, what's over here? Is it just 10 feet more, but then it's a wall?
Yeah, like that's where like the actual cavern wall begins and kind of begins to rise up to the ceiling.
And then over
The ceiling.
over here, so this looks like a. Oh, this is fun. This looks like some sort of corridor. Is this a wall, or does it like open up?
That's just open. The ruins. I mean, it's exactly like you can see. It's almost like there are outlines and foundations of buildings, and then there are streets and areas where like larger debris has been left, but much of it has been kind of swept into the elements of building.
So
Go ahead.
I had nothing.
Is it? Well, I guess I'm gonna need to get closer to see, but does it look like it's regular size fire genasi space ruined and now like with these giants? Because I see like the barrels and stuff, and those look like regular size. So this
It all looks just like that.
right. So I need to get closer to see it in game, though.
So make a stealth check.
No.
So we're just
is it-
pushing forward as usual.
Wait, is it
Going against the wall. I'm like 5 feet in front of Athorian.
It's time. It's time.
Thorian's not there. That's where you guys will be entering from.
Yeah.
You guys are probably like 100 feet back in this way. The only reason that you were, or actually even more, about 200 feet back. Rez is like your drone giving you the sky eye view here. Alina can see this. You guys are being described this in okay detail.
And we have a map, right? Like we have paper and stuff.
That's
Yeah.
the map.
So you guys are probably roughly like somewhere in this general
Somewhere
vicinity.
around that K.
and then that
But we need to go this
You are
way.
so you are heading in this direction if you want to continue.
And so
Oh, I see.
that door is like this.
way.
Yes, but like
not a
again,
door.
it's this is like one. There may be other ways into this city, but this seems to be almost symbolic of that exact space. Yeah.
Should we try to sneak?
I think so. I think Ori's right. We probably shouldn't just kill our way through this.
Well, because it wouldn't be killing our way through, it would be dying our way through. And
Yeah,
it
I
wouldn't
said-
be through, it would be down into the ground.
Thank you. Yes. Great clarification.
And I also feel like
If you're not confident about getting through in a sneaky way, it may make sense to try to lure one or both of them away instead. But whatever we're going to do, are we going to do it as one group or are we going to split up? So that way if one group gets caught, we're not all stuck in the middle.
I don't know. I don't feel good about splitting up.
I think we should stick together, but I think if there's some way for us to remotely cause a distraction to maybe make them go in one direction, we could sneak around the other side.
Rez, ideas?
I mean, what do you want me to do?
I don't know.
why don't you just go out and make yourself known and then fly away?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
Turn invisible and hope you don't get killed.
They might spot you, but I'll bring you back. Don't worry.
how fast is Rez versus how fast is a fire giant?
Rez has
Probably
a
not
flying
very
speed of 40 feet.
I mean, we saw them run. I'm not going to be able to outrun them if they run.
But you can go invisible, and that'll at least give you a head start.
I am invisible. And yeah,
Can you play? Can Rez play an instrument?
I'm right here. You know, you can talk to me.
Oh,
no, he's not. He's not. Sorry, he's flying up in the thing. Never mind.
Oh yeah. Oh right. This is a.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rez,
Yeah.
can you play any instruments?
Not well, but I mean, if you give me some drums, I can hit them.
Doesn't have to be. I have a hand drum. Okay, cool. This is going together. All right, wait there. Wait there.
I love it when a plan comes together.
Yeah, I mean, he can like bang on something, and look, and she like pulls out her hand drum that she's been like carrying around with her this whole time.
I thought that broke.
I fixed it. I'd show you, but it wouldn't be a good idea to play an instrument here.
No, it wouldn't.
Not yet.
Okay, so if Rez makes a noise far enough away and gets them to start, at least one of them to start going, and we go the other way, then we can also use the sound of the drum to kind of hide if we trip or something, plus a little bit of magical help. We might be able to get through. We would have to really go, though.
Yeah.
So
This sounds good.
maybe instead of splitting up completely, we do kind of like an A-B. Like, you know, like one a little bit ahead of the other. That way if one group gets caught, the other group isn't immediately smushed.
And then what's the plan if we do get caught? Are we running?
I think if we get caught, I'll run towards the city and try to hide. You all run the opposite direction and get away. They should follow me.
That seems kind of dangerous for you.
You don't have to do that.
And to what end?
Well, I feel like I can hide a little better than some of us in the group.
Yeah, but you can still run toward the exit. You don't have to go toward the city.
How
Right,
big?
but that doesn't guarantee that they're gonna go after me. They could go after all of you.
What if we hide and disappear into the city? Because I feel like we could be like mice, and if we can run and get into the city, it
Then
would
we
be
need
hard
to
for
have
fire giants to find us.
a meeting point.
We do have a size advantage on that one.
But we don't know where we can meet up inside the city, because no one knows what it looks like when we get in there.
That is true. Is there a way for us to communicate with each other should we get separated?
Any ideas, Cheshire?
Nephew.
Have you been listening?
No, you lost me all the way. This is boring.
I know, but you're usually like really good at making, thinking of ways to make plans and like get things done. Right? You're a good planner.
I think it's the first time you've ever said that about me.
Yeah, I mean, we like having you around. We like it when you're involved.
You're right.
Whatever.
Well, I noticed that we're asking Rez to be the distraction.
I mean, you looked bored. That's all. So I wasn't.
I was bored.
Okay.
I
Well,
am
do you want to
bored.
be the distraction?
No.
Yeah.
Right, so can you cast Pass Without
Just
Trace
saying, he's
again?
definitely
If we get caught?
invisible.
Oh, we do want to
think
do it
we
before
should-
we get caught.
Wait, hold on. Cheshire, I would really like it if you contributed to this plan.
What do you want?
Nothing. I just think you're right. He's not the only one who can be invisible, and you're really good at causing a ruckus.
Do you want me to cause a ruckus?
Do you want to cause a
Well, can we get ready first? Because I remember when I said that you should just do something to cure your boredom, it was abrupt.
Come on, what do you have in mind?
You could see Athorian starts like stretching.
I bet anything you can come up with is way better than what Rez can do. Don't tell him I said that.
He knows you said it.
If we get separated, there's gotta be some type of town hall. Maybe we can try to meet up there if we can't find
They're
each other.
probably going to be in ruins.
What's
So are you
always in
turning me
cities?
loose, or are you
What's
telling
in
me to do
cities?
something specific?
Not turning you loose yet,
Fountains?
but I want you to start thinking of things.
Oh,
I've seen fountains before.
I'm
I
bored.
definitely have seen
I've
those
been thinking
before.
for a long time.
Because a town hall has like
just
a
hold that thought
sign
just for a
or
minute.
something.
It can depend.
Normally,
We could probably just find the largest building.
Probably, yeah, just the largest building.
okay.
That would probably be the
Or a place
Castle
of
Keep.
worship, a temple.
How about we just all meet up at the gate at some point because we kind of know where that is.
The gate, the ones behind us.
The one we want to go to. They'll be looking around. If we get separated, we just have to sneak individually to the gate.
So if we get caught,
Wait, into which gate?
Pass Without Trace.
Like the main.
The main.
No, well, if we get caught, we should all run through the gate and disappear into the city. Right? Am I
And then-
understanding
and then meet back
like
up
the
after.
topography, right? There's like a city beyond here
Yeah.
with lots of
We're here. are on the threshold of here,
This gate.
and we need to
is
get into
this gate.
here.
Billy's point is that we don't know what these buildings look like or
Right,
what
that's
would
correct.
constitute a town
Right.
center or anything.
That's what
Correct.
Ori was saying.
Yeah, everybody's right.
We're all right.
You're all correct. There is more city, and you're not sure of what that looks like.
Oh,
so
there's large
yes,
stalactites back there. There might be some in the city as well.
Well,
That's
we know
a
that there's a
geological
throne
formation.
room. So
But we should make sure if we're picking up like a meetup place, it shouldn't be a kind of building because we can't read signs. We can't ask people to point
Right.
us to
well,
the
I'm
why
trying to
I
get you all to the central chamber because that's how we can get to anywhere in this place.
Right.
So that's where we want to really meet up. I could show you what that symbol looks like, and we could all just
That would be
follow the signs that get us there because they are posted. We found them.
Okay.
We have a drone.
We do have a drone, but I think this is more about like if we get separated.
Yeah, follow the drone.
But
We can't see the drone.
We can see the drone.
we could see the drone. But
Then
he's
we
very
can
little.
see the drone. The giants can
Exactly.
see the drone. Can you show us that symbol?
He goes and like pulls out a piece of parchment, and it takes him a second to find something that he could write with, but he scribbles out.
I'm so much shock.
He doesn't know that. And so he goes through, like, takes a little bit of time, finds something, and he writes out for you in Ignin the symbols for Central Chamber. And so for all of you, if you see that you'll be able to know it. Billy, it just looks like it says Central Shaft to you, but
Yeah, Billy like ritually casts comprehend languages to keep it up.
do your jitsu.
At the entrance to the central shaft or in the central shaft? Because that entrance could also be guarded, so it might be best to meet if we were to get separated, like around here.
Make good hands everyone a piece of chalk.
I goes, okay, we're gonna get close as we can to the central chamber, and then we're gonna put a symbol on the wall where next to where we're hiding low so the giants can't see it. That way if one of us sees it, you can know that the other person's hiding nearby and then you can meet up. Does that make sense?
It didn't when you started, but it kind of does at the end. which
it's
is weird.
adorable. I love
That's
it.
a great idea. What symbols do we use?
Cheshire, any suggestions?
Cheshire was here.
Okay, so the symbol will be Cheshire was here. Perfect.
well, we all have different colors, right? So
Minka looks in the bag and sees that there is enough colors for everyone to have a unique color. Yes.
so it doesn't really matter what the symbol
Yeah.
is. We just keep track of each other by
Yeah.
noting what the colors are.
Perfect.
We want it to be
What color did you give each of us?
I think we would probably. So Valis requested green, so green. If there's a pink or a red, it would go to Cheshire. Billy would probably get purple.
There is no purple. Purple's expensive.
Right.
Black.
So yeah, a darker color.
Yeah, it's black.
Black. So black.
Billy like tries to make a mark on the wall to see if it matches the wall because most things are soot covered here.
Oh, that's true.
I mean, if you look at it at the right angle, because of the reflective nature of the igneous stone, you can see like the textural difference. It's not easy to see. So like
you want-
extra hard for everybody to see.
White instead.
Yeah.
No problem.
If there's like an orangey color,
Yep.
that'd be for Lena. And then just gonna look through and she's like, okay, what's left? What's left? What's left? A yellowy color for
Yep.
Ori.
There you go.
And then Arthurian is just gonna get. It's just kind of like look at their purple's out. If there's like a second blue,
Yeah, sure.
second blue,
Takes that, no
and
problem.
then Minka's just gonna also just. I'll just use two. Just two colors.
Wheel job.
Like she'll take a white and a dark blue.
There you go.
Okay.
That way it'll be together.
Just to recap the plan. Rez is making a distraction.
No. Cheshire's gonna make a distraction.
Are you making a distraction?
A distraction will be made. When that happens, we sneak through. If we get caught, we scatter.
And then we use chalk to mark where we are, or at least as we go, so we can help find each other again.
Okay, and Rez can be like our eye in the sky, and he probably will see where multiple people go, and he can help us find each other.
Since I can keep people hidden, I'm going to stick close to you. He points to Valis. Maybe you want to stick close to whoever else is a little bit more loud.
I mean, we don't need to stay next to them. It's only for the cast,
Well, we're not going to cast it unless we need it,
In
right?
relation to the room.
I guess.
The one wandering about.
Hold on, I'll find out.
Rez is just kind of like flying around, like every now and then looking over walls and stuff. And then, oh, yeah, I'm paying attention.
You're doing awesome. All right, and then I just look and describe where the giants currently are.
Sure. So at the moment, they've just gotten closer together. He's gotten closer to this little like hot tub of like darkish liquid, and Rez just kind of goes, "No, they've just been arguing. I think they don't seem to like each other very much."
Oh, we can use that maybe. Yeah. Okay. All right. Everybody good?
Cheshire, what's your distraction? Should we go left or right to try to sneak past?
You tell me.
Because
Who has
So-
the scrolls?
I
being
have
this way.
one. Billy has one.
Left being this way? Just so Kara knows.
Left for all of us, which we're entering from there, so.
Okay. So Alina's gonna tell Rez. So like Rez, your job is to stay up nice and high, and if we scatter, just do your very best to try to notice roughly where people go. It's okay. Like I know you're not gonna be able to watch all of us carefully. Just like
I got two eyes, but they go in the same direction.
I know. Just do your best. Like you don't need to watch me because we can communicate. So
Yeah.
like just whatever you see, just keep an eye out.
Okay, that's tough, but I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna look for Minka because she's blue and she's not good at hiding.
Just stay high. You know. I'm thinking of like, okay, if there's like a drone in the sky and there's like red cars or whatever.
Yeah.
Watch where the red cars.
No,
go,
yeah,
you know?
absolutely. Yeah, no, that's what he's doing. He's going for the blue car.
Yeah.
So, are you all trying to sneak your way through?
Guess so.
Casting sneak without first.
No one.
So I think while everyone is together, because it's not a
Number of
proximity.
targets. Yeah.
It's number of targets. Because it also prevents tracking, I think Mika's I'm just gonna cast it now. That way we'll hopefully not get found in the first place, but also it won't leave footprints. So we might have a better chance of getting away.
Good call.
Okay? So ready? Let's go.
Pass out a trace.
How many people does it get? All?
Billy meets.
So each creature you choose in 30 feet of you. So as long as you guys are within 30 feet.
There's no maximum number of people.
A veil of shadow silence radiates from you, masking you and your companion from detection.
For the maximum is the maximum number of people you could fit. 30 feet radius.
You can definitely get everybody. I thought the maximum was 10, but you can definitely get everybody in the party.
In here, I'm not seeing a maximum number,
So it's
but I
plus
mean,
10
I know it's
or
under.
Sneak.
Yeah, it's plus
you guys are
10
fine.
to bonus checks and can't be tracked by magical means. Creature that receives a bonus leaves behind no tracks or other traces of its passage.
Yeah, it's each creature.
Yeah,
Very nice.
so.
I guess technically, like, there's a finite number of creatures that could exist within that range.
Yeah.
But yeah,
My mouse army!
you just like open the door. No, there's nobody here. And they shut the door. And it's just a ring of mice.
A bunch of tardigrades. We're already
Alright.
passing.
Is everybody ready?
We're ready.
So all of you have plus 10 to your stealth.
Are we sneaking or are we initiative and like running through here?
So we're beginning with sneaking right
Yeah, we're
now.
gonna
This is not even an encounter.
Great. I love it.
Everybody go ahead and make a stealth check.
But the distraction needs to happen, right? Wasn't that the
Yeah,
point?
but you guys are sneaking closer, presumably,
Oh, okay.
before you do the distraction.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you. If you want to do distraction and then start sneaking, you can, but you're 200 feet away.
Yeah. Right. I forgot how far away we
Yeah.
were.
33.
Okay, 33.
12.
With the 10?
10? Are you fucking
I
kidding
get
me?
disadvantage.
Damn,
Oh,
bro.
wait,
that's
you're right.
rough.
With the
I get to add my attribute. 12.
You're serious, man? You rolled a 2?
Advantage.
You rolled a 2?
I didn't do much better.
Cheshire?
Yeah.
Oh no!
33.
33, very nice. All right.
19.
19 for Billy. Ooh.
15.
My plan
Yo,
was just to have
we
y'all-
have pass without trace and you guys are fucking up.
I rolled
26.
that much?
I rolled.
I also have to
3.
roll with disadvantage. The other one would have been a 26.
So do me a favor. All of you, you have not been caught yet. But place yourselves somewhere within the first 20 feet of that edge of the board.
And that's not very encouraging for how
If I
uncaught
could've
we
rolled
are.
Not a 3, I would have.
So, Can we go on this side?
You can go anywhere along that side of the board.
It's Rez.
I'm
up here.
crawling. I'm going through
Yeah,
that.
he's-
way.
And Rez can be,
he's
Rez
eye
can
in
be
the
wherever
sky,
he wants.
he's
to,
in
yeah.
the sky.
Yeah.
That makes sense because I rolled a 30.
Channel 5, News at 5.
This is Rez doing the traffic report. We got a bunch of giants and pretty much that.
So I'm guessing we're probably going to enter combat, and there's probably going to be a break. So I'm going to start cleaning up over here. So I can bring all my trash upstairs.
It's up to you, my dude. It's about to be.
Lily's gonna stick
I mean,
close
it's
to
not really up to me. I
Minka
rolled a
and her
33 on my stealth,
quiet aura.
so-
You want it to be.
It's up to.
So I'd probably be starting to head towards the left because that was the plan.
Yeah.
Kick
I'll-
Billy in the face. It's fine.
I guess I'll stay there.
Hiya.
Mika's quick panic kick to the face.
Minka is also ritually casting.
The two of us together is like weirdest dance party.
So no problem. You all set yourselves up like that.
So yet again, Ori has separated himself from the group.
No,
Being
that's good.
30 feet away isn't separating from the group.
You all begin to travel into this actual
Window.
Hold on.
bottleneck. And as you do, you are all moving relatively quietly, looking behind you. You are leaving no footprints, and so you feel pretty good about this. Cheshire and Ori, the two of you, this is almost a competition now at this point, and so you are silent. This is the quietest that either of you have ever been. A, because you are hiding from giants. B, because you are hiding from each other. And C, because you don't want to lose. And that is really put some pep in your step. Silent.
I don't care.
Minka, Billy, the two of you stay pretty quiet. Each of you is aware of the fact that you can hear your own footsteps. You don't know where Ori is. You have no idea where Cheshire is, which is pretty normal. But you're a little louder. Alina, with your hooves on this like volcanic rock, they slide a little bit and kind of like crunch when the stones meet the sand, and so a little bit louder, but not as loud as Valis, who as he moves, the armor kind of like clinking together. It's a little bit louder than even any of you. And when you get within 20 feet, and Valis, you in particular, when you are like up and within this kind of cluster, you get close to the wall, and as you lean forward, the metal armor just clink against the stone. And you see the giant who's on the far side just kind of look up, and you see these huge red eyes gazing in your direction. They look side to side, so not focused right on you yet. But each of them makes a perception check.
Oh boy.
Visibility. And also using minor illusion to throw that in the opposite direction.
To throw which?
The sound of his clinking.
Okay.
Oh.
Make a deception check.
That's a 26.
You see these eyes narrow, and this individual kind of squints through. One of them just goes, Jegvilla, and the other one just stops them and just goes, and they begin to walk forward. You still have, so you can hear.
All of us keep looking over at Kara as if we expect her to translate.
What did they say?
Oh, they said.
You can hear, we should go check that out. As soon as you hear that sound thrown, they turn and begin to like get up out of this like tub, and the other one goes, no. We'll let them deal with this. And you can see they reach down and they pull out this huge horn, and this huge sound just rumbles through the stone here, just shaking and shifting. And down the edge from like the other side, like well beyond the edge of this map, in the direction of, and you threw it like off in that corner,
The monsters did they tortoise working?
you see this like kind of torch light up, and you see large figures begin to move in this direction. Two of them.
It's probably gonna be the
Like
guys.
giant-sized figures?
They're moving away or moving towards us?
Towards you guys now, but they're from like probably about,
Like coming this way?
so imagine this kind of like opens up here. They're like well into that space. And so you are just seeing now from the glow of this one torch that is being held, or one source of fire. You haven't noticed that they need light, and so weird that that is happening, but they're heading in this direction. They're maybe 200 feet away at this point, like from the edge of this map, close to 300 feet from you.
From here,
It is the lone light in the darkness, and they are like below you guys.
From the direction of the pits?
Yeah.
Oh,
Cool. What a fun, sexy time we're about
He
to have.
puts this horn down. This individual who is in this pit gets up. You see black liquid coating them, and they look over, and you see striking a stone against stone, a single spark goes out, and they just ignite as they were sitting in a pool of pitch. And he steps out, and because it is 8:15 and because Val has got you guys caught, why don't we take a quick break
That's
and
why
we'll
I got
come
my
back
trash
rolling for
together,
initiative.
'cause we're
There was a brief. That was very close. That was very, very close.
For what it's worth, she is going to continue minor illusion, dancing lights, and prestidigitation
No problem.
to continue throwing them.
And they are going in that direction. So at the very least,
he bought some.
though there are two people that are entering this, they're not entering this encounter. They're going to be nearby at the end. But that is certainly saving you from the potential for two giants to very quickly join. We'll come back in 10 minutes and we'll start this encounter. We'll see you then. Howdy, folks. Welcome back to Adventures in Alberon, Courts of Everest. We are jumping right into a D&D combat, it looks like, after some close. I mean,
They don't see us quite yet.
Well, they don't see some of us.
you think that this guy lit himself on fire for fun?
Yeah, he's a fire giant.
You got up, it's like,
We don't know they're like a
Spa day.
I mean,
He was in a hot tub and then he lit himself on fire.
boy.
Who are we to say?
I could not figure out. I was like, all right, clearly the hot tub, whatever it is important. But
It's
I
a time
wouldn't have
machine.
guessed big tub of oil that then he could
It's pitch.
pitch.
Very
Sorry.
Pitch because it's gonna burn
Stick.
slowly, so it'll last for a
It'll
while.
stick.
So as he sparks against the stone and he ignites the pitch that coats his body and ignites himself, the hammer, all of that, he steps over and immediately wheels around to look at you, Valis. And all of a sudden, there are 4 glowing red eyes gazing at you.
Yeah.
And everybody can go ahead and roll for initiative.
Ah, beans.
Go ahead and
Oh, it's been a while since we've had a good beans.
That was a perfect all beans.
Yeah.
Especially since
If we're still hidden, do we roll initiative?
yeah.
you're still trying to ori your way out of this.
Trying to order your way out.
Just give me 1 second here. All right, anybody natural 20? All right, 25 to 20.
21.
21. What is your dex?
19.
No.
Okay. Anybody 20 to 15?
16. Nope, sorry. 19 for Billy.
Okay.
16 for Alina.
So Billy, Alina, Ori. 15 to 10.
Rez gets a 10.
Okay.
Oh, baby.
We're doing great, guys.
8.
6.
Doing great, guys.
Hopefully,
Still looking
The
forward
fire
to that
giant
big
got-
destruction.
less than a 6.
I know. It's
So the
very
way
good.
that
Do not get me
this
wrong.
works out. Cheshire is going to be going first, the 21, followed by the Giants, followed by Billy, followed by Alina, and then Ori, and then Athorian, and then Rez, and then Valis, and then with a 6, exactly, or almost 1/4 of the top one, Minka. So, Cheshire, as all of this is happening, suddenly you can hear this, and you're like turning over, like making all of this stuff happen. And as you turn back, you can suddenly see this guy is on fire and he is like storming towards you. What do you want to do?
Can't do anything right. Primary focus is moving. I am invisible at this point still, so like, and then keeping the distraction going.
Okay.
So just maintaining that while moving this way.
Where are you going to, or where are you trying to get?
Is that laser
Kind of like
pointer in that area?
Over, I've got 30 feet of movement.
Do I pick up her?
Lasers.
2, 3, see? Over there-ish. I don't know.
Here? Yeah, good.
There-ish.
See what's
Look,
going
guys,
on.
we did
Still
it.
maintaining the chaos that's going on over
Okay. So you maintain this thing, and you can make the sound of Valis basically making a huge racket and just amplify it in that direction. Little lights flash around, like light reflecting off of armor.
There's like a bicycle honking noise at some point.
Okay, just like the real Valis. That is your turn, Cheshire. That brings us to the Giants. So, stop block here. First, this gentleman with a hammer, being so nice and close, excuse me, is going to just easily step over the wall.
By chance, does he now see all of us?
By chance.
Unclear. This guy. 30 right here. The one that is furthest away from all of you is going to lift up a rock and just hurl it in that general direction. All right, so
We are all clumped up.
let's see here.
Not all.
Alina, can you roll a d4 for me, please?
Feeling pretty silly now, don't you?
4.
4.
Yeah.
Okay, so this rock over top, and all of you look up, and this is like where the camera is following the rock. You can see the four of you in this like little line, and all of a sudden it's like Alina, Billy, Big, everybody gets pulled away, and it's just a Thorian looking up, and this slams into him. He takes with a 28.
Oh, I guess his eggs scrambled.
Is it a saving throw or like an attack?
It's an attack. A Thorian is going to take 14, almost minimum amount of damage that he could take here.
Is the egg okay though?
It's in a bag that you would imagine, hard to tell. It doesn't look destroyed. That is
Probably a pretty hot.
that giant, the one that steps over and gets right up next to all of you, is going to lift up this hammer. He and the hammer are both on fire. He's going to swing it once around on his head and then leap in the air 10 feet, which does provoke an attack of opportunity from anybody who wants to take it that is in base contact with him.
I'll take it.
Billy,
whack him.
Valis.
Phallus is not in base contact.
Nope, it's Athorion, Alina, and Minka.
Yeah.
Yes, the melee fighters.
Yes, excellent.
Anybody?
Question.
Yes.
Shocking grasp because I don't have Warcaster. It's still since it's a cantrip.
Can't do it.
Yep, it has to beat the scythe.
Billy?
I'm not in base contact.
All right.
I'm a whack him with my staff.
Make your attack roll.
Is diagonal base contact?
Yeah, for a large creature.
Actually, it's not technically a staff, it's a rod, like the rod of attack keeper.
Yeah.
I can whack him with
Yeah,
it.
if you really want.
No.
Well, or is it like quarterstaff stats?
No, it's a rod, so it's a
Like improvised
I
weapon?
believe so.
It's a steak.
Well, I do technically have a weapon that I don't use as one, but it is there, and I rolled a 23 on it.
A 23 hits. This is a huge creature.
All right, guys.
11.
Are you
11's
ready for
not
this
good.
impressive max damage? 5.
Tell us how it happened.
It's magical.
And there's like a tiny.
Oh,
little
my Achilles heel!
They don't seem to notice it as they reach the apex of their leap 10 feet up in the air. They double grip this warhammer and they swing it down, trying to bring it in on a Thorian. This is going to be a.
That's what they call a double whammy.
That is going to be a
That's
20.
got jokes after the break.
So you watch as a Thorian takes 11, 12, 13.
This is more damage than the last one.
Yes, 23 points of bludgeoning damage, and as this hammer strikes into the ground, the area in a 10-foot sphere just into the ground and becomes difficult terrain. So all of you, I believe, are standing in difficult terrain. Additionally, the fire on this hammer deals an additional 4 points of fire damage to a Thorian who takes 2. But not looking the best is a Thorian Sember. That is both of their turns. You, Cheshire, who is like maintaining their concentration on this illusion, you see suddenly these two figures begin to run. They're running towards your illusion. So they are technically getting closer, but they don't seem to be heading in your direct direction. That is all of the giants. Billy, what would you like to do? Alina, you're on deck.
Goodbye. Billy is going to run away. Billy's going to follow the plan. Full action dash.
Okay.
1. No, that's not this game. 3. 7, 8, 9, 10, 12.
Okay. Just dashing as far as you can.
Just getting away as
No
far as I
problem.
can.
You run. He's landing when he looks, and the eyes follow you, but he doesn't swing. That is your turn, Billy. Alrighty, Alina, what would you like to do?
Disengage.
Okay.
Can I get through his legs? Just for flavor.
I mean, yeah, for flavor, sure. Yeah, you scamper through.
But actually, I have to like, go around for movement. For
Really disengaged.
As he's like jumping up in the air, you just scoot underneath.
Yeah. Okay.
No problem.
All right. So
Hey, this
then
will look really good for the string. Go this way.
6, 7. I'm running.
Okay. You can see he watches as Billy runs in one direction, you run in the other. The eyes seem mostly to stay on Billy, but that is your turn, Alina. Ori, what would you like to do?
I feel like I'm probably still hidden, right?
Hard to tell, but you feel pretty hidden.
I'm gonna shoot at this guy to try and draw attention away from the people that just got befuckened by him.
So Alina, you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna get away. You run, and you're like, good.
yeah,
and
the
then
plan,
this
the
arrow
plan.
just right behind you. But yeah, make your attack roll. Make it at advantage. This is a sneak attack. Or it will be if you hit.
It's gonna be.
wanted to stop killing giants.
I'm not trying to kill it. I'm just trying to
save us.
Yeah. Y'all fucking got boofed on just there.
Technically, our Thurian got boofed on.
Yeah, Thorian got the most boofed. That's gonna be a 25 to hit.
25 hits.
Minka gets boofed. We're all boofed,
And-
honestly.
I'm not gonna use one of the charges because that would be dumb. Because it's fire. And
This is true. You found this out.
He's on fire.
Yeah. He's literally burning with pitch. Seems happy.
It's a sneak attack, so I do more damage. That's 6. Yes. 6 3. 21 points of piercing, magical piercing. And then I'm gonna run. Does that take an extra movement to get through the window there?
That it's like difficult terrain, so yeah, that
so-
square is double.
10, 20, or 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, and bonus action hide.
Okay. Yeah, make your stealth check.
Maybe you did that thing like in Casino Royale where the one guy parkours through the window and then Vaughn just smashes through the wall.
Wait, am I the one that parkours through or smashes through? Because that's made of stone.
Yes.
Come on, Kool-Aid man.
I think it's Taster's choice, you know? Dealer's choice.
20.
Taster's choice. That's coffee.
No, it's
Whatever you want.
23.
So tired.
With a 23, you feel very hidden. You leap from this window, fire the crossbow while in midair, and then duck and roll behind these rocks, reloading as you do. That is your turn, Ori.
Yes.
Alrighty. That brings us to a Thorian who is looking a little bit worse for wear. He is going to look off in the direction that Cheshire went, and unsure of where Cheshire actually is going to disappear and reappear 30 feet in that direction, and then move an additional and move up to the wall that Cheshire is near, kind of over in that corner. Yeah, right there.
Bam.
And just similar to what Valis is able to do, he just disappears and then reappears in this burst of sparks and little bits of embers. Cheshire, you see them, they do not seem to see you. That is their turn. That brings us to Rez. What is Rez doing?
Rez is staying eye in the sky, doing what he was told, which is trying to see where people are running to.
For the moment, he seems to be pretty on top of everything, actually. That is Rez's turn. Valis, what would you like to do? Make your own dash.
Job in news.
Let's see.
News Chopper 6. This is Rez.
It's Chopper 6.
1, 2. Let's see. I'm going to.
As you run, Valis, you see the eyes sweep back across you, but they don't rest on you. They turn, and as you run, they finish, and they land straight on you, Minka. You certainly have their attention at this point.
I expected that, so I'm gonna face that Minka out of here.
Very nice.
Let's see. Oh,
Laser beam. Use the laser beam.
There you go.
take that. I'm just trying to.
A laser beam of destiny.
Remember how if the 30 feet is
like
from
the
where I
conch
am.
shell.
We have a green one too, but it's so bright that we can't use it. You can actually
use it,
physically
like-
see the beam like all the way across.
Air traffic
I was worried it was going to burn
control,
stuff, so
Joe.
I didn't. I took the batteries out.
I said you can't use that.
Let's get to. Let's see.
How do we Vincent?
4, 5, 6. I'm gonna put you right there.
Okay. These eyes suddenly on you, Minka. You see these burning red
It's
eyes.
just Minka.
He sneers, and then suddenly
Oh, right.
you feel these hands on your back, and you just reappear right next to Alina, who is like running through. You see Ori just dive, roll behind rocks, and then just disappear. And you are suddenly further away. Valis, you are less further away.
Good thing you have that shield you just got.
Yeah.
I'll move over here.
He is going to take an attack roll against you. Valis.
Yeah.
Valis does a 18 hit.
It does not.
There you go. So he, when it smashes and the fire just flows around the rock, it scatters into the sand, but you run on.
Alright.
As you do that, you can just hear him go, Vostok! And he turns and he is pissed and he is heading in your direction now.
Good.
Absolutely. That is your turn, Valis. Minka. Suddenly, you're right next to Alina. What do you want to do?
Sticks to the plan, and Minka's going to do something she rarely does, which is she's going to use wild shape,
Oh.
and she's going to turn herself into a panther.
Fantastic.
So she basically becomes similar to the panthers we saw when we first started venturing together, but with her, trademark constellation influence here. And with the movement speed of 50, she is going to start booking it.
So Minka, you into the sand. The billowy garments just flow out around you, and as they do, it's like elements of the jewelry suddenly become like firmer points of light, and your body stretches, and it's like a constellation of a panther. Every talon, every like element of the joint is an individual star, and you just leap through there, and you are suddenly just booking it down. No problem.
So that's 50 feet.
Yeah,
I wasn't sure if you were.
I can't dash because it's an action to wild shape.
Change now.
All
She
right,
ain't no moon druid.
Minka, that is your turn. That brings us to the top of the round. Cheshire.
I keep doing what I'm doing. I'm moving
There you
and
go.
I'm distracted.
No problem. Go ahead and make another deception check.
6.
So doing a shadow puppet show as you run.
24.
Okay, very nice. Consistent puppet show. You move along the edge of the battlefield, sticking close to the wall. That is Cheshire's turn. This brings us to the giants. So, Valis.
We're fucking giants.
So he is going to stomp off. Could you actually move him because you're closer to that gentleman?
Not so gentleman.
Where's your laser?
Right up behind Valis.
Yeah.
This one.
No. My in-game best friend and my real-life husband. This is horrible.
As they show up there, both giants turn to you and go, choose your favorite. And suddenly the lights go on. There's 800 fire giants. There's an audience, and you're naked. And it's the first day of school.
Didn't study for my algebra test.
Oh, man. But in all actuality, suddenly you are just closed in with these giants. Valis, the one behind you, like, brings this hammer swinging around and is going to make one attack against you with the flaming warhammer. Valis, that is going to be a 28 to hit.
28?
Yeah.
That will hit, unfortunately.
Valis, you are going to take... Wow, not bad. 18 points of bludgeoning damage and an additional 12 points of fire damage.
Reduced.
The hammer slams down.
Reduced to 6
Reduced to 6.
because of the shield.
Oh, yeah, right. Look at that fire resistance. So it slams down there. The little elements of flame that spark off are almost absorbed into Emberguard. The other fire giant who comes in with this sword swings it in a huge lopping motion and will take 2 attacks against Billy. Billy Does a 30 hit?
No.
Silvery barbs.
Silvery barbs from who?
Me.
Okay. Yeah, so you turn around, launch a silvery barbs. 18.
Still no.
Silvery barbs.
Yeah.
All right. Much better. A 24.
I mean, all of them, yes.
So
We
have the
both tried.
swings, and as he does, there is this spectral pink hand that almost like moves the blade up, and it like he has to swing it around again. And this time, you glare at him, and the eyes just flare. The skin becomes a little bit more of a sickly color, and they almost shudder back. And then instead of swinging with the sword, they just jam the hilt straight into your body. You are going to take. Hang on a second here.
A healthy amount of damage.
Hopefully not.
You are going to be taking 24 points of bludgeoning damage plus
No plus needed.
4 points of fire damage.
Any more?
Huh?
Any more?
The second attack.
I'm down with the first.
Oh, no. There's still going to be a second attack, unfortunately.
All right.
That is 2 death failures. As they strike you again with the sword on the ground, the fire bites into you. And for those of you who are watching, Billy suddenly hits the ground hard and then is struck again. And as the sword pulls away, the cape is burning, the armor is burning, Billy is on fire, and they are a single death failure away from dying. But that is the fire giant's turn. You watch as the ones who are further off again, Cheshire, seem to be going towards that distraction. That brings us to Billy. Ooh, Billy.
Big roll.
Let's use Chessex. I've been rolling well.
You're making me do
No,
it?
just give it a little like rub. Thank you. Thank you for the rub. Woo! 19.
There you go. That is one success. And Billy,
My God.
as you lay on the ground, the fire crackling over your body, your skin peeling up and away, and the fat beginning to sizzle. Even in this place, you are just clinging on to consciousness that you can hear the cackles that are baying in the darkness beyond. You are still alive. That is Billy's turn. That brings us to Alina. Alina, you, from where you are, kind of shoot a glance to the right, and you watch as Billy is just struck into the ground.
No. Okay, so Alina's gonna run. No, she's gonna start flying. And going that way. So we'll say, Pythagorean theorem. We'll say like 10 feet up in the air and then 20 feet that way. Is there like a flying standee anywhere around?
Yes.
All over the place. We're just gonna find
Yeah. And as loud as she can, she's gonna yell, "Hey!" and Eldritch Blast at that giant.
Okay.
The one who just hit her twice.
It's the one with a huge sword. Go ahead and make that attack roll.
She's not smart. Okay, natural 20 and dirty 20.
Okay, both hit. Do the dirty 20 first, and then do the crit.
Yep.
They are unhurt at this moment, but that's about to change.
My friend, she keeps dying.
It's almost like the warlock shouldn't be tanking.
I've tried to run. Val has followed.
Alright, so
Well, it looks like the one that hit me wasn't the one that
for
followed.
the dirty 20, that's
the one that hit you,
13
it was this one.
points of force damage and 3 bludgeoning.
Okay. Seems to do the full amount. Now go ahead and roll damage for the critical.
Okay. So that's 23 points of force damage.
Very nice.
Do we think does the extra bludgeoning get doubled on a crit as well? Because if so,
Is it a dice?
no, it's just proficiency. Okay. Okay.
That's 23. Okay. Very Nice. All of a sudden, this individual, unhurt, much more hurt than their, well, not much more, but more hurt than their companion.
Elena was like yelling, trying to get them to stop hitting Billy.
Sure.
Why do you get a +3 again? From
It's a genie thing. You, extra.
Yeah. Warlocks just like add little bits every now and
Yeah.
then here and there.
You get
That is
proficiency
Alina's turn.
of your genie's type of.
You shout out to try to get these guys' attention. Ori, from where you are, you can't see that Billy is down, but suddenly Alina's whole demeanor shifts and they zoom off down towards that alley. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna move back and be like, where's she going? See, boop. Can I see from there?
Yeah, from there you can see Billy's flaming body on the ground.
I'm gonna shout over to Panther Minka that, well, did you change into a, yeah, you changed before you went past.
Yeah, you saw
I saw the Panther. I'm gonna shout to Minka, Billy's down, and then shoot another arrow at the guy that I had shot. But
Okay.
do I have any of my crafted things at this point?
I would say at this point you have one.
Okay, I'm gonna try to use that to shoot him in the face and blind him.
Okay, sure. Make your attack roll.
A crafted thing, you say?
That does make the DC higher, or the AC higher.
Yeah, okay. Because I still have sneak attack, I think, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm well hidden. How's
25 just hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so this, as you like pull the arrow back, you can see Billy's flaming body. You can see Alina streaking towards, and you've seen this before. This is only going to end badly. And so you pull back and you fire, looking right at this giant, not at the eyes, but right between. And as you hit them, you know that the fire itself is not going to do any like damage, but suddenly. So the area, Cheshire, you are not affected, but Valis, you are right on the edge of this effect, and Billy, you are certainly your body underneath. There is a huge, dark cloud of smoke that just begins to roll and billow out and become this dark, almost obscured space.
I'm okay with smoke. Can't breathe right now. I've dropped.
Stop, drop, and roll. Minus the roll.
23.
I am rolling.
Only being proactive.
Okay.
Are people
One
blinded?
second. No, they're not. Give me 1 second here, though.
I have the rings.
The rings of power.
Take one ring out,
The ring.
Which ring?
and you can put it right back down. That individual is able to shut their eyes and avoids being blinded. They do make a save against it. But this area in 10 feet is heavily obscured, and so you are making attacks, melee and range attacks at disadvantage in there. I believe.
But that means they are too, right?
Correct. That is your turn, Ori.
And then bonus action, I'm gonna hide again.
Make another stealth check.
Still up, still maintaining concentration.
So, yeah, that's like a 34.
34?
Something.
Okay.
I gotta double check what it actually is. But I
You
think
duck
it's
back
34.
into the rocks. That is your turn, Ori.
Oh, sorry, it's actually only a 32.
Make a death saving throw. Ori, that is your turn?
Yep, that's
All right. So Athorian now, like looking around the corner, sees Billy's charred body smoking there. Let's see if he can actually get there.
Billy's unconscious, which like Dallas better not be saying I told you so.
If you could move Athorian.
There's no good way to get to Billy.
No. It really is going to come down to whether or not he cares enough about Billy.
Oh.
Oh
He
no.
got his egg.
Valid.
You can see at this point he's like holding this bag. It is like heavy. He's like looking at it to make sure it's not broken and like pulls it back up and he looks and sees Billy's burning body and then smoke just fills the whole space. This huge sword up, this flaming hammer slams down to the ground. This is like a huge melee and he looks into the darkness and just goes, fuck. and just runs in.
Hero moment.
He gets in, and because it is only a bonus action to use a potion, despite the fact that he needs to take 5 feet of dash, he is going to jam this bottle into your mouth. And Billy, you regain 4 health.
Hey, that's better than
He
being
dumps
literally
most
on
of the
edge
bottle out
death.
into the sand in this dark space. He is coughing, but he brings you back. He is now kneeling in the dark between 2 fire giants and regretting every decision he has ever made.
Billy
That is
puts
his
her
turn.
hands up and is like, Alina. Oh, nope, sorry.
Note this time. Rez, what is Rez doing? Still eye in the sky?
Eye in the sky.
This looks bad. That is Rez's turn. Valis, what would you like to do?
This looks bad. That's your turn.
You are, oops, sorry.
Alright, I had a plan, but now that a Thorian is standing next to me, the plan I think has to change now. So which one looks more hurt?
In this cloud of dark black smoke that is billowing out from an unseen source, hard to tell.
Okay. Let's see. Oof. Oof.
What you doing?
What does... Alright, what happens if I am carrying someone and I use Misty Step? Do they come with me?
Yeah, you've done that before, as long as they're a willing creature.
No, Misty Step.
Misty Step. you
Sorry.
can't.
You can't.
That's why Dimension Door exists.
Oh, right, give me 1 second here.
Misty Step,
You can't take
can
someone
only
with
go.
you with
can't
Misty
take
Step.
someone with me?
I'm sorry. As much as I would like that to be the case.
What if they were
Same.
dead?
Also-
They're not dead anymore.
Also no.
Because then they're
No,
just an
because it's
object.
just you, not an object.
Okay.
Cool.
I also have Misty Step, and it's
What you
just
doing, Valis?
Let's see.
Thunderstep lets you kill someone.
Gotta choose.
I've got that one in the chamber.
Yeah.
Get ready to be Thunderstepped, my friend.
Need a choice, Valis.
Alright, I'm going to take the dodge action
Okay.
and run.
There you go. Okay. So you take the dodge action and run.
1, 2. Actually, I'll run this way. 1, 2, 3.
That is going to provoke an attack of opportunity at disadvantage, as they cannot see.
6.
Valis, does a 17 hit?
It does not.
So as you are running through the darkness, you don't see anything, but suddenly behind you, right behind you, there is a, and you almost lose your balance as this crushes the ground. And as you leave the space, it becomes difficult terrain, but you're fine. They do miss that attack.
Okay.
The other one doesn't take their attack of opportunity.
Okay. And I think that's all I'm doing.
All right. That is your turn, Valis. Minka, what would you like to do? You are a panther, but somebody's in trouble.
Yep. So I heard Ori yell that Billy's down. So Minka is gonna keep going forward and then hook a right,
Okay.
and then do a dash. So full 100 feet of movement back around and try to go around the like basically where Valis is. She's gonna head that way instead of going directly behind the fire giant.
Sure. You tear around this, your paws finding purchase into this ground. And as you do and you move through this space, you can smell pitch and pine and tar, all these different things. And you smell the smells of summer with your like animal senses, but you dash through. Where are you ending?
So can I get through here?
Yeah. I mean, you can get into that little nook. Yeah. There's no pass through back there.
There's a door.
There's a doorway.
There's a door.
Oh, there is a door.
Yeah,
there's a door.
Yeah, there's a door
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, so I'll be heading towards Valis instead of being
Gotcha.
completely out in the open. Because that's where I saw Valis and Billy were heading to get. I am in the pit.
You're like, oh, tar? Cool. Like every Panther's favorite door.
I too can be a fire genasi.
So no problem. You end up in the door, kind of skittering to a stop, and you can see this like chaos, just this huge sword swinging around through the darkness. But that is your turn, Minka. That does bring us to the top of the round, Cheshire. What would you like to do?
Can I see vaguely where the other I'm assuming giants are in the distance at this point.
This point, as you are getting closer to like the elements of runes up here, you probably are losing sight of them because they're below you.
Okay. I want to keep maintaining that illusion, but almost move it in a way, so it seems like whatever is causing it is moving with them to try and lead them away.
Okay, make a deception check.
28.
28 seems to be doing exactly what you were trying to do. It's pretty easy to keep this moving. It's almost like along the cavern wall. You've like jammed an RC car, now it's just running along the track. It's like a person just running and they're like half clipping in.
Under her breath, she says, "Fuck," and healing word for Billy. Which is 8 points of healing.
Yay!
And then 30 feet this way.
Okay. So you start running using your shadow puppet Valis to clip into the wall, healing Billy, and just kind of disappear into that little ruin right there. The elements of what at one point you can tell was a house, there's like elements of a living room. You can see like dishes and things still on the table. But that is your turn, Cheshire. All right. That brings us to the giants.
All right, Billy. That's all I got.
It was great. Loved it.
Billy, you wake up, and it's not in the place that you wish you were. And I guess they technically don't know that people have gone early. So they're both going to take an attack. One is going to take 2 attacks on a Thorian, one will take 2 on Billy. They're all at disadvantage as they are in this dark cloud of smoke. This is just a brawl happening in here now. The one with the sword lifts it up and goes swinging down towards you, Billy. The first one is going to be a 15 to hit.
No.
The second one is going to be a 15 to hit again.
No.
And so into the ground, you feel it go right next to you as it lifts, and you feel it like stick into the ground and then away. You roll to exactly where it was, and they slam it to where you were a second ago. You are just Dark Souls rolling over there. But the one that is swinging towards Thorian Sember, the first one is going to be, this is cocked. The first one is going to be a 16, which is close, but a miss. The second one is going to be much better. That is a 22, which is a hit.
Fuck you.
And silvery barbs and advantage.
You need to be able to see them.
Well, you can.
No, yes, you do. You can see.
But can you? You could probably see the giants because they're big.
This is a 10-foot sphere.
I am at the
and so
bottom of the
guessing it's
cloud.
probably not. Unfortunately, you were unable to do that.
That's
Was it
fair.
a disadvantage?
It was, yeah.
Well, 1 out of 4 ain't too bad.
18.
That's only 25% of dying.
He's taking 27 points of slashing damage, and Billy, next to you, you feel a Thorian fall to the ground.
Like, dead.
Unconscious for sure. Hard to tell if they're dead. But that is the 2 fire giants. I think because they can't see, at the end of their turn, they are going to move. So coughing a little bit, this one is going to take 5, 10, 15 feet of movement. Billy, are you doing an attack of opportunity?
Can I see that he's moving?
I mean, you feel the thundering footsteps. Is that disadvantage?
It floated through my consciousness.
He gets over there
First,
and
I was
just like,
that's a funny way to say that word. And
hulks
then I
into
was
this
like,
alleyway and tries to obscure
the
it a little
giggles.
bit. He's going to 5, 10, 15. And kind of poof right there. And so at the moment, almost like goalies, they're like posting up in these alleys trying to block the path. But they cannot see into the darkness. That is where they are assuming everybody is. That is their turn. The other ones are still, at this moment, going towards your distraction, Cheshire. That brings us to Billy. Billy, in the darkness, they fall. These 2 swords are like right next to you with both blows, but at the moment you're okay. What do you want to do?
Army crawl over to Atharion and to return the favor. Feel around for his mouth, uncork the potion of healing, and just.
No problem. Go ahead and roll the healing for that.
That's 2d4, yes?
Yeah, 2d4, and then.
+2.
Yeah, I think so.
So that's 5 plus whatever a potion of healing is.
I think it's 2.
It's 2 or 4. I did 2 for mine.
2D.
Check.
It's 2d4. It's usually
2, yeah.
it's usually the plus the amount of d4s.
Yeah.
Yep, 2d4 plus 2.
That is a good way to remember it.
So how much was that?
7.
7.
And then Billy just kind of leans down and says,
Returning the favor.
and,
Ooh, shattering glass, and then thank you. Ugh.
and then Misty steps away.
Bye.
You appear, and you can hear like him still talking in the fog, but no problem.
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think that's 6 right there.
I believe so. Yeah.
So Billy was here, so that's 1,
Yeah, that's
2,
6.
okay, 6. And then Billy is going to kind of look behind her shoulder and say, come on, and then keep going through the other 30 feet.
So just
Another 30 feet, you said?
Yeah.
suddenly, Minka, Billy is here, or he was like, Billy's down, and then Billy's here. So kind of hard to understand what was happening, but that's going on.
You know when cats get like really like
Yeah,
Going around.
big eyes. That is your turn, Billy.
First standing up on the back.
Yeah, that's Billy's turn. That's Billy's
Okay,
full
you
turn.
run up and you get to this like old petrified element of downed wood. That is your turn, Billy. Alina, what would you like to do?
Okay.
From where you are, because you're high up, you see from the smoke Billy like run out.
Okay, but I also saw before I saw Thorian go in, right?
Yes,
All right,
and they
so
have not left.
I'm gonna go down and try because he held my friend, so I'm gonna go try and help him.
Sure.
Do we think from here to here is at least 35 feet or less?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna go down. Oh, sorry. Well, I should say I'm gonna go down. Can I find him?
The space that smoke is in not. What are you trying to do?
Grab onto some part of a Thorian and thunderstep him out of there.
Make a melee attack roll.
What am I adding?
You, I mean,
Like strength or dex?
dex.
Okay. It's not good. I think this is gonna be like an 8.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's an 8.
You reach around, you find him, you grab one and lifting it up, and it's just a piece of wood.
God damn it. Okay. And so Lena's just gonna be like, hello? I can get you out here, where are you? And she's gonna like flail around a bit. And I guess that's it.
Okay, no problem.
What?
Do you want to hold an action?
Yeah, I thank you. I always forget that's a thing. I would like to hold an action if I get contact with Itharian, then I will thunderstep.
Okay. Okay, fantastic. That is your turn, Alina. That brings us to Ori. Thorian's on deck. So, Ori, you fire, you duck back in, and peeking out, this smoke is billowing up, and it seems to have taken a pretty good effect.
Is
What are
it
you doing?
still going?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Have I seen the folks who have gone out of the smoke coming this way? Like, did I see?
You just watched as Alina just flew into it. I don't.
Billy
Because
Misty
Billy-
stepped
you
out.
would
Billy
not-
Misty
Billy-
stepped.
You would
But
not
then
have
she
seen Billy
also
go
kept
through.
running.
Oh, yeah,
so
so I
can he,
would've
would
probably
he have
seen
seen her
Billy.
run past like with this?
Billy also like
skyline?
turned around and said, come on.
Yeah, you would have seen Billy when they ran by that way. Yeah.
Okay, so Billy is okay. I didn't see a Thorian run in, right? Because he came from the other side.
Correct. You only saw Alina go in.
So I'd be like, Alina, get out of there! And then I'm gonna gonna shoot this. Well, I'm gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I guess I'm gonna go here,
Okay.
take a shot at this guy, and then depending on if I get his attention, do
Make your attack roll at advantage.
something with
Sure.
the bonus action.
You can see the swirl of smoke, and every now and then, the top of his hair.
Get another one. Thanks. That's a 26 to hit.
26 hits.
Thank you. And That's.
Translation, not good numbers.
Still
Time we almost didn't have to do this fight.
And then there were
hopefully
bad
19
numbers.
19 piercing damage, okay. Anything else, Ori?
Has that drawn his ire?
You can't see his face. You can just kind of see the top of his head.
Okay, then I'm going to, assuming that he still hasn't spotted me completely, bonus action dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
So that now I have like a line of sight that is drawing him away from the people that are still in the smoke cloud.
I got you. That is your turn, Ori?
Yes.
Okay. That brings us to Athorian, who mumbles to himself a couple of different things, though he does not realize it's to himself. And then he is going to stand up and move 20 feet.
I'm doing this thing.
Alina did say, "Where are you?"
So he stands up.
I did say, where are you?
He stands up, and you just right in the face, thunderstep. Yeah. Where are you ending up?
It's 90 feet, so
And what is the area of effect? Is it just 10 feet?
yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let me see. Let's count those numbers. So many squares.
Just do 18. Oh.
Hold on.
Math.
Okay, so we can get this to right.
That's pretty good.
Very nice. There is a thunder that just cracks out, and suddenly the smoke is sucked in and then billows out like a mushroom cloud as you just reappear in a puff of tiny bits of black smoke with Athorian Sember, who's just sitting there, and you could see like weak looking, looks at you and just goes, "You're not Billy," and like is very confused. Your hand is like touching his face. Billy, you lean out and wave, but that is Athorian. Well, he didn't actually. I guess he's gonna move 15 feet further into that doorway, like through that door if he can.
Point of order.
Yeah.
Or just question. So, the gang has seen me cast this spell a lot of times.
Correct.
So would Ori know that the sound of that thunder means that
Absolutely.
Alina hasn't?
Ori has a
Ori more
visceral
than most
memory.
would know that. Yes. Ori was right there. He was there when you discovered that. So Ori, you hear and you instinctively wince.
It's like a dog with fireworks.
Yeah, exactly.
Saving Private Ryan.
Oh no.
You just go to a faraway place. But that is Athorian's turn. That does bring us to Rez, who is going over, goes, "Oh no, actually it's okay now." But Valis, what would you like to do? Minka, you are on deck.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure Valis believes that like we're a bit clear of this area now.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna say out loud, we've all cleared out. Cheshire, can you daze these two? And then I'm gonna start booking it.
Okay. You book
Please.
it. 10 feet of movement, please. Rest of your
You're a
movement.
valued member of this team. I'm sorry we didn't see it before.
You look nice today.
Yeah, sure. I'll drop the illusion and keep the other two away, and they can all come join this fray, and we'll just have some fun.
There you go.
Fun.
So that is your turn, Valis.
Question.
Is that it?
No.
Book it.
5, 6.
Okay.
Oh, he's moonwalking out of there.
Just the backwards jog.
That is your turn, Valis. That's part of your oath. Minka, what
I'm
would
the
you
other
like to do?
backwards jog.
So after like skidding into this, seeing Valis going away, hearing Billy come like behind me, and then hearing the thunder step, she's just gonna like skitter and just kind of U-turn and then book it.
Okay, no problem.
And we've left Ori behind.
Celestial Panther starts off in that
Ori's
direction.
not following the plan.
Well, because you were all getting smushed, I could have just kept going and been on my merry old way, but you would have all gotten
I'll
smushed.
do I'll do the full 100 because all of my
want to leave Ori
actions
behind.
don't
I'll
work
be
in
fine. I
panther
can
form
just-
unless I'm attacking
I
someone.
can bonus
so we're
action
just
hide.
booking.
Sneaky boy.
Thor turns.
Pretty much get to here.
Thorian appears and is like,
I would
"You're not
probably,
Billy."
since
And
that
then Billy
area is
turns and
actually
waves,
open,
and then
I'm
he
just gonna
turns,
step away
and suddenly
from
the
door
panther
so
explodes
behind the
past him.
barrels.
But this is a lot happening.
Wild shape, you're still passing without trace?
I can concentrate while in wild shape, but I
You
cannot
just can't
cast
cast,
anything
right.
new.
That's
Because you
what I
can't,
thought.
yeah, because you can't talk. That is your turn, Minka. You fly down on your panther form, the kind of points of light carrying you through. Cheshire, you drop that spell. It's your turn.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Y'all made this bed. You can. So, still distracting the other two and continuing to make my way.
Okay.
Cheshire's doing her part.
No problem.
Valis maybe doesn't know that there's two more.
I'll fuck this up so you.
That's true, actually. Yeah, I think
Like Cheshire knows it's bad advice, but Valis doesn't.
Everyone saw the fire.
the fire. Yeah, Cheshire's the only person that knows that there is two fire giants approaching, though. That is Cheshire's turn. Go ahead and make a deception check. Make it at advantage now, as these two are almost certainly like you've hooked them at this point, and so
We are invested in the storyline.
this is more like where's it trying to go?
Fallacy. I
They're
don't think
they're
this
in
is real, but just in case, we should check it out.
in their brain right now. They're in a chase, and this is like they're in a very real chase, like blood thumping in their ears, life or death. This is happening for them.
They maybe think, yeah, like they found the people who killed their friends.
Yes,
probably.
very much. This is what's going through their mind.
Nine.
It's definitely still going through their mind. So that does bring us to the giant's turn. Ori, as you dart out and like make eye contact with this fire giant, he is going to turn to this one and shout some orders to him. He is going to
Used to
turn.
comprehend.
Billy understands.
Give me 1 second. Okay. So he turns and he says, "I'll deal with this one. Get the rest." And he drops his hammer, lifts up 2 boulders, and at disadvantage, he's going to huck them both at you, Ori. Ori, the first one is going to be a 21 to hit.
Uncanny dodge.
The second one is going to be less. The second one's going to be a big miss. Well, actually, 17.
Meets a beats.
Ooh, hate to see that. So through the darkness, I'm so glad the disadvantage doesn't stack. Through the smoke, at an increased range, he hurls 2 boulders over. The first one, which you are uncanny dodging, is going to be 11, 17. 35 points of bludgeoning damage, halved because of uncanny dodge. That was a very good damage roll too, so that was definitely the time to use it. The second one, is 10, 20, 27, 34 points of bludgeoning damage as it slams into you. This is a huge stone, little bits of fire still tracing off of it, but it rolls off. Are you down? Oh, and Ori is down. I have tilt Ori over there. So that is
Who saw that?
that one's turn. This one over here, as he runs, is going to take 1 attack against Billy. Billy does a 25 hit. Fuck off.
Try again.
Does a 21 hit.
Yes.
All right.
Haha! Hotel time!
Much better. Higher than that. So, good try. It was a good try.
You can have the advantage if you survive.
If I survive, thank you.
Billy, you are you are taking 24 points
I'm down again.
of slashing damage as you are knocked down, spiraling, and slam into the wood. You are unconscious, but your nose breaks in that form. Alina, right behind you, Billy drops. And as you turn, you know Uri is not here either. But that is the giant's turn. That does bring us to Billy. Billy, make a death saving throw, please.
Someday I'll be able to play this game without dying. That's a failure.
I don't think I
One failure.
have the capability.
Your blood continues to seep into the sand, and you get colder. But that is your turn, Billy. Alina, what would you like to do?
Oh Lord. Okay. So Alina obviously sees Billy drop. That's top priority, but she also realizes that Ori's not there. So she's gonna, as she pulls off this little maneuver, she's gonna say to Rez, "Find Ori. Just find him. Go help him."
And then she's still flying, so she's gonna.
I'm glad I was nice to him last week.
Well,
Timely.
we'll see what Alina asks. Alina's gonna like. I mean, this is too tall, but she's gonna place herself like, in the. Oh no, everything's.
No problem. So you flying up 10 feet.
Between him and
You fly into the hypotenuse of the visual range between the giant and Billy's body.
And as she does that, she's gonna call out, "Somebody help Billy!" And this is the same guy that she hit before, right? I believe so.
That's the not one on fire.
I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure it is because I have the sword.
They're the one that is looking the least damaged.
Yeah, that's the one that's not on fire.
Correct.
Yep.
That wasn't in the hot tub.
Okay, I think I've got it wrong then.
What you doing?
Yeah, okay, so after telling Rez, go find Ori, and then just calling out to the group, "Somebody help Billy," she's gonna pop him with Eldritch Blast, because that's all she's good for.
The healing power of Eldritch Blast. Go ahead and make your attack rolls.
Okay, that's a nat 20.
Nice.
And a dirty 20.
Hey, go for his hit.
Again.
Roll damage on those.
I'm doing it.
As you see Billy hit the ground again, Billy's body is shredded and burned. You can see blackened skin. Looking bad.
It's max damage on I was rolling for the not crit first, so max damage on the not crit, so 15 points of force damage.
Very nice.
And then the crit also max damage.
Nice.
Oh, Alina is pissed.
25 points of force damage and 3 bludgeoning. Kick my ass!
All of a sudden, they swing and carve Billy down. Billy spirals into the sand, just blood spouts across. You hear a crack as Billy's face breaks on the wood, and that fills you with rage. And as you can hear the sounds of drums in the distance and the wild hunt rises in your blood, you throw these huge Eldritch blasts that burn bright enough to actually dim a little bit of the light around even Minka, and this strikes home, and this individual reels with this blow, almost losing their footing. Not quite, but almost. And they are suddenly looking a little bit hurt. But anything else, Alina?
No.
All right. That is your turn. Ori, go ahead and make a death saving throw, please.
Damn.
That's a failure. Ori, in this darkened space, you can barely feel pain. In a way, it's almost like relief. But there is a part of you that feels, even in this dark place, like they were right. But that is your turn, Ori. That brings us to Athorian. Athorian it turns, sees this panther Minka leap by, and so he's going to turn and just continue to follow in what he believes is this full retreat. He's going to move 30 feet off the board, and then he's going to hide.
Hope Valis heard me.
All right.
So close.
That is Athorian's turn. That brings us to Rez, who goes, all right, I got it. He dive bombs towards Ori. And he can actually make it if he uses his action to dash to Ori.
Okay, cool. Can Rez stabilize a guy?
It would be an action to stabilize.
Yeah, no, I mean, but like Rez would know as he headed toward Ori that he has the capability of helping him.
There is the potential,
Question mark.
yes. The potential is there. It's mechanically
I
possible.
have potions too.
Rez gets there and just goes, oh man, okay, I got this. Rubs all 6 of his fingers together and he is like going towards Ori. But that is Rez's turn.
Ori wakes up with Rez over his face.
We've had so many tactics conversations. It'll be fine.
Valis, what would you like to do? Minka, you're on deck.
Enemies to lovers.
Ori's one true friend.
All right.
He's just Sundere.
I am going to yell,
Ori.
Minka, Ori is down where we started, and then I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where are you down exactly? Because
Like right under Alina.
under Alina.
Yeah, basically
I'm,
where
I'm
the,
in between.
Yeah.
where the bottom of the standee is where Billy is.
All right. I'm gonna lay on hands you,
Very nice.
and let's give you. Let's see. 25 hit points.
All right.
Nice.
So you bend down as these blasts knock this fire giant almost off kilter. In this moment, as they're distracted, you lay on hands, and Billy, you are flooded with this energy, and the cackling recedes into the background, and you are back.
And let's step right here. All right.
Alrighty.
Done.
You stand over, you are on the ground, Alina is directly over top you, and Billy, as you wake up, you see these two figures like bastions and shields against this fire giant who is just blazing on the other side. But that is Valis' turn. Minka, you are a panther. What would you like to do?
If a panther could deeply sigh, it would.
Just run.
So she's going to
You're not awake.
action sneak.
Matt wants to play a spellcaster. Just run.
So that is a total of 24.
Yeah.
They rolled like shit on the die.
There's like a
24
little
for what?
barrel here.
Sneaking.
Gunter's head.
And
from
then
inside.
instead of dashing, she's gonna hook back around and then kind of use the cover of the ruins to try to head back towards Ori.
Okay, so you're gonna like kind of loop around along the edge of the board that's just
Yes.
off the map, no problem.
Yeah.
With a 24, you slink in and you can feel the pads in your paws spread out and disperse your weight, and you feel quiet, but you are still moving quick and move along the edge in the direction that you know Ori to be.
Yep.
That is your turn, Minka.
50 feet.
Are you going around the edge?
Yep.
Gunter's actually chilling in the hot tub.
It's like,
Hey, where?
Yes.
Coming back. The water's
Alright.
getting
so you
cold.
turn the corner and you see this straightaway thing, and you like rear up, and you're able to just on your next turn sprint down like a drag racer. But that is your turn, Minka. That brings us to the top of the round, Cheshire.
Maintaining my.
No problem. Make a deception check at advantage.
Gunter is actually deep into the giant culture.
23.
He would know. He would have the solutions to this.
Yeah,
Actually, relatively
would be
believable
very
that he'd be here.
Yeah, yeah, he would actually like.
That is your turn, Cheshire. Are you continuing to move?
He's
I
actually
am continuing to move along the way. Also, healing word for Billy.
Okay.
That's a max 9.
Yeah.
Billy, you are jolted back to consciousness by Valis and Cheshire. So, that is your turn, Cheshire?
Board, yes.
All right, that brings us to the giants. The one who threw that rock at Ori does not know if Ori got hit or not. So, right over to here. And looking over, they can see just Ori's down body. Rez, from his position, suddenly hears this like, and it's like, ugh, and like turns around and just sees this grinning fire giant, and for a brief moment forgets that he's invisible, and it's just like, ugh, and like absolutely paralyzed. But then this fire giant's gaze sweeps back in the direction of Minka. That is that giant. The other one is going to,
Like,
Panther Minka's over there.
yeah, is like sweeping around and looking in that direction, not towards Minka, but like is now
He's looking around.
going to.
they
look for
seem to think
those.
that Ori is dead, and now they are turning because they don't see Rez, who is invisible, and
to
looking
focus
for
back
somebody
on the
else.
other
Yeah.
people. Yeah.
So that is their turn. The other fire giant is going to take 2 attacks against Alina for sure.
Okay.
And so Alina, first one, that is going to be a 17 to hit.
Yep.
The second one is a natural one. So we'll get back to that in a second.
The
first attack
stabs himself in the face.
Clunk in the
Give me 1 second, guys. That is 29 points of slashing damage from the first. As it slashes across in the air, you are almost knocked to the ground. You just stay aloft, but as they do, they drive this blade in with both hands and just jam it feet into this ground. And as they do, and they go to swing up their hands, just slide off the handle, the sword embedded into the stone. And they are disarmed for the moment.
Nice.
That is both the giant's turn. Actually, this other giant will go underneath Alina 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and try to take up the position to block this off. Billy, Valis, and Alina, it would provoke attacks of opportunity on all of you. Billy, are you up? Yeah?
Billy's up.
Yours is at disadvantage as you're on the ground.
Yeah.
I would like to take that attack of opportunity.
Go for it.
Hit him with my little rod.
I don't think so, but 18.
Beats it.
Yeah.
I definitely missed.
As do I.
Yeah, if it's not an 18, you definitely miss. So, Billy, you can roll damage.
What if it was a 23?
Where are you?
I was saying, like, if it's not an 18, it's not definitely a miss.
He's got you there.
That's true.
8.
8 points of damage as they move. They just kind of grunt, barely registering that damage. All right, that is their turn. That brings us to Billy. Billy, you watch as they seem to almost shrug that little slash off. They and then turn and they sweep the sword around and they are ready to fight. But what are you doing?
Can I see a free pathway around them?
Free is a relative term.
Okay.
I mean, this sword is long.
Oh, do they have the
Need some
sword back?
ground out of.
Oh, right. They don't have the sword.
It's sword in the
They're
stone.
pretty big, but you would imagine without the sword, you could probably go on either side of the building and be maybe out of their reach.
Billy's gonna do that and just says, stick to the plan, and runs.
Okay, where are you going to?
Billy is going to try. Granted, the path of most resistance is the most difficult. Is the closest one.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
You're trying to go like between these two buildings?
I was thinking about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Billy can get there with her full movement.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Billy's not about to start being a hero and jumping through rocks. That's not historically gone well for her.
How far away are you staying from this giant?
The way I was doing it, just like kind of like this, and just like. Whoop.
Okay. You stay just out of range from them to take an attack. They still have a pretty long reach, but you are just far enough away.
They're big.
The weapon seems to
Look at
make
his
the
big
difference.
chonky arms.
So you run skirting just on the outside of what you assume they're at range to be. They still are very focused on Alina, but that is your turn, Billy. That brings us to Alina. Alina, this creature stares up at you.
Let's see. So I saw Billy get away. Valis is still down there. Presumably I know, well, Woodraz have been like, oh, he's
Yeah, oh yeah.
Okay, so Ori's like taken care of.
You did hear Rez go, I don't know, but
Wait, can you put him back in?
Sorry, I was just putting his cape back.
Oh, okay. All right, so she's gonna. Shit, that's
what you doing?
Eldritch blasting.
Go for it. Make your attack rolls.
Valis is safe.
He turns and he swings the sword out, almost drawing like a line that he's daring you to
I
cross.
thought he didn't have a sword.
Right, he doesn't have a sword. It's so hard because he has just a sword. Just
Take the hand off.
Where
Yeah, you can take the hand off.
exactly where
He is
exactly is the
disarmed.
sword on here?
right about there. Yeah,
Right
dug
there.
in. Yeah.
Okay.
Pick
So
it up. Thank you, good idea.
I'm gonna stay between him and the sword.
Okay.
And then Eldritch Blast. We've got a 25 and a 21.
Both hit.
Pelting this guy pretty good.
Yeah, without the sword now
And I've been
too.
rolling crazy high damage. All right, so between those two, it's gonna be
24 points of force damage and 3 bludgeoning.
Dang. Okay.
And then she's gonna be like, Rez, try to see if you can wake Ori up. Maybe he's got a potion in his pocket. I don't know. And she's gonna be like, and stay with him until he's safe. Okay.
Okay. So you're like, Rez, wake Ori up. You throw this Eldritch Blast, it strikes him, and he has no sword left, so he has to like hold his arms up. It hits the arm, and you can see the skin like disshape and discolor and like pull away. They begin to bleed a little bit, and they're starting to look kind of hurt. They're like shielding themselves with their arms, and the armor is getting ruined, but they're still up. Anything else, Alina?
Valis, run!
Ori, go ahead and make a death saving throw.
Does Rez go before me?
No.
Oh, damn. All right. 5% chance I die here.
Don't get it. Don't.
I don't die, but I fail another.
There you go. That brings you to 2 death failures. A Thorian. He is still hidden, as far as you know. He's going to just kind of hold his action in case that changes.
Rez and Valis both.
I think this order is incorrect.
It is Ori, a Thorian, and now it is Rez.
Okay.
Apologies.
Well, so Rez is gonna. I think what happens, Rez is getting ready. He's cracking his tiny little knuckles, getting ready to do a little CPR. And then Alina's like, I don't know, maybe a potion. And Rez is like, right, potion. Yeah. And so he's gonna go into Ori's bag. Does he find a potion?
Yeah.
So yeah, Rez is about to be like, all right, if I take out the tongue, then I'll be able to breathe again. And then you're like, oh, you should look for a potion. He goes, yeah, I guess. And he goes through. Do you have a potion on you?
I do.
He pulls out the potion, takes out the
Didn't say
thing,
what kind of potion.
and just poison. Should have given me more chocolate. He dumps his
when
health
he's
potion.
going through your bag, does he find the last piece of chocolate?
No, you gave it to him.
Oh, you already gave it to him.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I
Ori,
thought there was one more.
you gain
It's a regular ass potion.
7 points of healing.
Okay. And then
You come back to life. You burst through. You can see Rez is right there, and he just goes, "We gotta go." Yeah.
Can he see Rez?
Sorry, yeah,
because
you don't
the
see
action.
Rez.
No,
oh, the action, right? The
would have
action.
made
yes,
it
yes,
become
yes.
visible. Yeah.
So he says, "We need to go," and just begins to fly away.
No, I told him to stay with him.
Yeah, but this is like flavor. Like he's getting
it's flavor.
airborne.
Flying.
This is Rez.
getting there.
Valis, what
Taking
would you
wing,
like to
yeah,
do?
I guess.
Minka, you are on deck.
All right.
Grab his little foot.
This guy like goes to block the door, but you can see Alina is raining these Eldritch Blasts down, and he is taking massive damage from them.
How hurt does he look?
Hurt.
All right, I'm gonna go attack.
Okay. When he stepped over all of you, he was feeling confident. After those like 2 sets of attacks from Alina, he is looking very uncertain. His arms are shielding his face. He is being forced back now, not just trying to block the way.
Am I able to move past him, like under his legs, or is he blocking the squares? Does the square he occupies block movement?
The square he occupies block movement. When he leapt and there was like a reaction to move, Alina was able to go under, but technically you can't move under his legs.
It was flavor.
No,
Mechanically, I did move around him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does it take to move over these logs? Is that a check?
It's difficult terrain.
Okay. Let's. All right, I'll attack him.
Okay, make your attack rolls.
And I'm gonna make these attacks non-lethal.
Okay.
That's cocked. That's a natural 1.
Extra.
You're like, I can't hurt this guy. You throw your weapon behind you. No, you go to like try to hit them, and in your effort to make this non-lethal, as they're like moving back and almost getting destroyed by Alina, they almost step on you, and you have to dodge out of the way, unable to really make attacks. But anything else that you want to do?
Do I have a second attack?
Yeah.
Alright. Second attack. Oh my god, I am not hitting anything today. But let's see.
That's probably not gonna hit.
He's probably not gonna hit. Does the 12 hit?
No, it doesn't.
Okay, no.
You swing again, and this time he is just out of your range, completely miss. Anything else, Valis?
Let's see.
Alrighty, Minka. You peel out around the corner, you look down this long strip. Suddenly, you hear like a, probably you don't hear anything actually. What do you want to do?
So, thinking that Ori is still down, it should make
do her best to get to him without alerting the fire giant. So she'll try to sneak.
Okay,
all
make a
the way
stealth
down.
check.
So
Action stealth check.
Isn't she already hiding though?
Correct, but if you're gonna move and try to stay stealthy, that's sneaking.
Surely the panther form has excellent stuff.
it does.
It does.
Yeah, that's the reason
Because it
why.
has like
Yeah, yeah,
looking
yeah.
or whatever.
Yeah, so it was a 34.
Surely.
You meld into the shadows and you creep up. You get to the edge of this ruin, and without having to use like a bonus action yet. So if you have anything you want to do, you can. Using your movement, I believe that gets you right to the edge of that ruin.
Okay.
And you can see this fire giant. You can also see, like, sitting up is Ori.
Maybe it could have been like on the other side of the cat.
Right?
So I only have a bonus action,
Yep.
which I could do fuck all with as a panther.
Can't you jump as a panther?
No. So as a
All this gate 3. Jump.
right, I'm gonna be on top of this ruin. I will
Okay.
find that treasure chest. No, I am.
Anything else?
I'm just double checking what I can do as a panther because I believe everything is if you charge at someone. So yeah, it's the pounce move. So in order to pounce is like you basically charge someone, pounce, and then you take them down, which I'm not going to be doing in this situation.
Yeah, you probably don't want to try that.
Take Ori down. So that is your turn, Minka.
So I will stick to the thickest part of that ruin to kind of keep my form as hidden as possible, and just watch Ori and make sure that he actually gets up and starts to leave
Okay.
and doesn't try to do anything else.
The first time that a helicopter parent is required is Minka, but no problem. That is your turn. That brings us to the top of the round, Cheshire.
Continuing my distraction.
There you go.
Making my way.
Make him away. At this point, you see like the element of fire suddenly get lower as if it ducking into something and then disappear. And it feels as if you have fished them into some kind of an alleyway or some other place, maybe towards the pits.
Wonderful.
But that is your turn, Cheshire.
Wonderful.
That brings us to the giants.
Glad you didn't listen to that.
So this giant turns and is now
doing stuff.
for Minka.
Sneaky Minka.
Sninka.
Sninka sounds like the goblin version of Minka.
Going to walk up to here and just slam this wall and level it to the ground.
Good thing you're not behind that wall.
He swings the hammer down and really to try to hit the other side of the wall, almost like knowing that Minka's in that direction, now just destroying everything as they go. And so just swinging the hammer, demolishing this wall. That is the giant's turn. The other one... Valis.
Yeah.
As they are covering up, you see these eyes look from beneath their arms and their leg pulls way back. And you realize that you are the soccer ball. Can you make a strength saving throw, please?
He goes long. Oh, that's
I'm
good.
pretty strong, I must say.
Good.
Let's see.
But are you giant strong?
Oh, that is true. 24.
24. He kicks you, and though you are pretty strong, you are not as strong as a giant. He kicks you, and you are lofted over this boulder. Can you make a dexterity saving throw, please?
Let's see.
I like that Vincent is considering whether, like, what say you to this?
Can I make this dexterity saving throw? I cannot.
It's not a super high DC. 8? Oh, it's higher than that. Though. You are prone on your back as he just kick you up and over this rock. He is going to turn and move 40 feet in the opposite direction, kind of retreating now. And you can level that wall as he's just going to go straight through it. And just, this is like the juggernaut through the wall and just beginning to book it away. That would provoke an attack of opportunity, I believe, from Billy, if you want to take it.
I don't know.
Did you mean me?
No.
Yeah, from Alina.
Well, from no, because Alina's flying.
Billy's over here.
I think I'm probably just out of range. No.
Right, because Billy was out of range in the.
Yeah,
Like
right, because you skirted
if she's
around.
not
Right,
going to
right.
be squished by the
There you
wall, then she also
That's a
can't
good
make
point.
an
That's a
attack
good
of
point as well.
opportunity.
So as the wall comes down, you have to almost like move out of the way, and that prevents you from taking this attack. But they are like retreating now. That is the giant's turn. That brings us to Billy.
Plan.
You run. Make a stealth check.
It's still plus 10.
Which is useful for a 19.
Okay.
Oh no, I get additional things. 21.
Okay. Everybody who is hiding or attempting to hide at this moment, currently above a 20.
Oh, excuse me, I can't do math. 22. 3 plus 19 is 22.
Still true. So that is your turn, Billy.
Si, senor.
Alrighty, Alina. Flying up where you are, this individual begins to retreat. You see Billy just like dart off into the ruins and hide. What are you doing?
Plan. Okay, so I'm gonna. Where's this guy looking? He's looking for Minka, right?
It seems
Looking
like
looking
he is-
toward where Hannah knows Minka is.
Yes.
Okay. Problem. Is problem. Do I have any idea about Minka's whereabouts?
Nobody on the planet at this moment has any idea of Minka's whereabouts. Minka's not even really sure.
I'm not using being a patient.
Minka's like
This is
clipping through
weird.
the floor.
Do
like,
I
oh,
exist?
What plane am I on again?
Existence.
Okay, and so she's gonna say to Rez, stick with Ori, and just and then blow me back up like we said, and then she's gonna call down to Valis, time to go, and plan. She's gonna follow Billy.
Okay, make a stealth check.
21.
21. Okay, continuing the good trend here. You dart down and into a pile of like cloth and bolts and almost disappearing underneath this like ruined dining room table. You duck underneath.
Bamf away before I'm like, I think he's got this.
That is your turn, Alina. Ori, what would you like to do?
I'm worried about the stealth.
Yeah, no, that's what
You
I'm
see
saying.
this individual storming away from you, and then the hammer, the fire behind, and then just levels this wall that you saw Minka dart behind. At the moment, though, you can see they pick the hammer up like they're looking for something. What do you want to do?
I am going to. I feel like relatively hidden. I'm going to move back into my initial hiding spot,
Okay.
and I will bonus action hide just to be extra cautious there.
Okay.
That's going to be still with the plus 10.
Correct.
If I'm downed, does it go away when I get downed, or does it? That's
believe
never
so.
happened to me. I guess since
asked that
you,
question.
since
I'm maintaining concentration on the figures.
so I guess
Presumably, even your corpse would have had plus 10 to stealth.
I guess.
But you unfortunately cannot stealth as a corpse.
Yeah.
Says you.
Well, it's either
Remember that time that
26 or
Eleanor
36.
successfully hid while like
Yes, you still have it.
Cool. So it's a 36. to stealth.
36. Very nice.
36 to stealth.
Yeah, Mink and Ori are on a similar plane of non-existence.
Yeah. And
Suddenly, both of you like look forward, and this guy turns around, and he's like, "Oh, good, you're awake. You're on the floor." No, you stealth into Skyrim. That
should have come here.
or anything else?
Yes, then I'm gonna ready an action. If it seems like this guy discovers Minka before Minka can get away, I'm going to shoot at him to draw attention away so that Minka can continue the escape.
Are we gonna like
worries.
chicken stealth?
Everybody's just sitting there. 3 days pass. The fire giant's like, huh? Everybody just crouch.
Must have been the wind.
That is Ori's turn. You ready for that eventuality? That brings us to a Thorian who is already hidden. That brings us to Rez. You told Rez to stick with Ori.
Yeah, so he's gonna use his action to go invisible and then stick with Ori, and he's probably gonna be like, "Hey, don't worry, buddy. Aline told me to stick with you.
Right?
I got you."
Thanks. Actually, I do mean that.
Yeah, and you hear a tiny little hand like pat pat on your shoulder.
That is Rez's turn. Valis, what would you like to do?
Misty step.
Okay. You just disappear, reappearing in the ruins themselves.
Here, and then move like 30 feet further down to the city and try to hide.
Make a stealth check. You do have the plus 10, and for you more than anybody, this is important.
That one's cocked. Oh, 15.
15. Valis, you clang your way into a hidden spot. That is your turn, Valis. Minka, clang, clang, clang. You hear disappearing into the ruins. What would you like to do?
So,
It isn't so bad.
knowing that the fire giant is like right there, and I can no longer perceive Ori, basically Minka's just gonna go, just turn around and just book it.
Oh, we book it.
100 feet.
If you leap over the ruins, just land, continue to run. If you
The border.
Yeah. If you stay along the edge, it's pretty clear along that way, so you can just go your full speed, and it's just as fast as you can go. Yeah, you are the knight. You are silence. You are speed. That is your turn, Minka. That brings us to the top of the round, Cheshire. Are you making a stealth check to kind of blend into the rest? Go for it. So that's going to bring us to a real important perception check from this guy.
32.
Okay. You are the second most stealthy. It is the giant's turn. So, this individual is making... Oh, please.
Question.
Yes.
Can I see him?
You can?
I am choosing to use my woe against him, so he gets a minus D6.
What is the range of that woe?
It is within a line of sight.
Oh, then absolutely. Yeah, fantastic.
So I'm going to do a minus D6 to his next check, which is a minus 5.
Nice.
Whoa, sniper.
What is that?
It's a 9.
Three, which brings it to a total of 9. So you all watch as this individual like has the hammer now high up there, looking around. They are looking, and then they over to the other rock or the other wall that is right in front of him, and just slams it down, and rock goes everywhere. The fire goes everywhere, but they don't see Minka. They don't see Valis, more importantly. And they kind of stalk over Ori in your direction. You see, now they are heading very much in your direction. Everybody's out of initiative at this point, but quickly, Ori, what are you doing? They are heading in your direction, and you watch. They lift the hammer up. They don't see you, but you watch. They just level 2 buildings.
I'm gonna try to get this way. Is it more building or
10 feet and then the wall?
Okay. So am I in like an enclosed space here now?
There's a window, is exactly what you're seeing in front of you. So I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
No, there's 10 feet of like a gap where you could go out and then run in this direction if you wanted to.
But that's running right towards him.
You'd be running right past him, yeah.
I'm gonna very quickly whisper to Rez, like, can you do me a favor? Fly out that window, make yourself visible, and then fly up and fly away. Meet me on the other side. I'm gonna go the other way.
All right. So you go ahead and you can do that, and we'll say for this, what we'll do, could you make a performance check for Rez?
Perez? Oh.
Make a stealth check.
Tiny
And all you need to do is outroll Uri's stealth check with a plus 10.
Wait, I need to outroll it?
So like,
Oh, that's also cocked. Oh, no, that's not.
if he rolls higher than your stealth, or sorry, if he doesn't roll, never mind. I know what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
It's a roll off,
Yeah.
basically.
Sort of.
I got us.
It's like an inverted roll off.
Check.
Yeah.
Dirty 30.
Okay. What was that?
6.
A 6? Okay. So even though Rez not making a great distraction, he pops out, forgets to like go uninvisible, and goes, "Hey, hey!" And this fire giant turns around, and it absolutely serves as a distraction. It's not what was intended. This fire giant stomps off, kind of diagonal off, and then just kind of swings all the way around and demolishes that pillar right there. Yeah. That smashes into the wall, and they just like so mad that they can't find anybody. But Ori, you have this chance to like dart off in that direction.
Yeah, I'm gonna
make a final stealth check.
Get the fuck out of there. Another one?
Yeah, final one. And this is for you to be able to make it off.
Haha. That's gonna be 35.
So for all of you, one by one, you have like disappeared off into the board. Minka, as a panther, erupts, and so all of you are kind of like in this four-way intersection of ruins, looking around one by one. Like you guys sort of make yourselves known to each other, but Ori is still not here. Like a couple seconds go by, you hear the wall smash. You look over and you can see the ruin that Ori is hiding behind just demolished by this giant. And then like a couple seconds go by, you still don't see Ori. And then Ori like pops out from like the far side, Cheshire, right behind you. Ori, you run and you're like, yeah. It doesn't knock you down. It's not enough to like clothesline you even. It's kind of just annoying. But you run into this little slab. And for the moment, although you can hear this fire giant raging around you, and if you hang around for too long, he will absolutely, just by happenstance, walk into you. You are out of initiative.
I'm gonna continue
Into the city.
Bye.
Is everybody booking it into the city?
Yeah.
Okay. So as all of you begin to run into the city and you drop out of initiative,
Can I ask Rez to stay behind and keep tabs on anyone who like bring up the rear?
can. So Rez goes, yeah, no, I can do that. He goes, he's already like flying up into the air after Ori told him to go up. So he stops and like looks around. He's still invisible, so perfect place. Looking down, he can see this fire giant yell and raise the hammer and then swing behind him and shatter this other rock. There is just stone going everywhere now. And for where Rez can see, the other fire giants have disappeared off the board. Because it is 10 o'clock, this is where we're going to end for the evening. But you have all survived these fire giants. You were very close to actually killing one of them. But you have survived.
I'm glad he ran away.
And we'll be able to continue on next week. We'll be back, I believe, next week. If you cannot wait that long, on Sunday, we'll be re-airing Starfinder at noon, followed by this at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Alberon RPG on YouTube. But please stay safe. We'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.